So 90 seconds, then do scene set, then do break all the way till anthems.
Sounds good.
Good, I got some stuff.
Okay, cool.
Levels, and that medical stress test can miss heart disease.
We can tease the fact that we'll talk trade deadline in the intermission if you want.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, so basically you just go right away. I give him 90 seconds, and then you can do 90 seconds. So 90-second break, then you guys go.
You come out and you can bring us on.
Yeah, just bring us on.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You're the guy. It's your show. It's your pregame.
Well, technically I signed off for the pregame. So.
Oh, you're back.
Hospital home lottery is back. It's more than just a ticket. It's your chance to win the $3.4 million grand prize.
You're our leader, Ozem. Take us to your leader.
Show us you can beat Cal.
I was like, I didn't fly you out of Vancouver for that.
We didn't give you a letter for no reason at all.
You wear the C in this booth.
Do I don't know. I'm more of an A guy. I like to wear an A.
I didn't like that answer.
You're good to come back after this one then as well?
Yep.
Okay,
Is this Colton again?
Yes, it is.
This is Colton.
Holy!
Can't get away from me.
NHL games available
I feel lucky.
I know, you even got to talk to him on Monday, too.
At home or on the go.
Crazy.
Goodness, 2 goals in 12.
They don't let me leave.
It's out on a full season of NHL.
You need the money. I understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Us.ca.
Crowd's got a reason to come to its feet.
Now, more of the Calgary Hitmen pregame show on Calgary's home of hockey, Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Bringing in the voice of the Calgary Hitmen and the color voice of your Hitmen as well, Brad Curl and Jeff Hollick, the dynamic duo that will have the call for you this evening. Gentlemen, big game 2 out of 5 on this homestand. They'll have to do without Carter Yakimchuk, but they'll get Axel Hertag back. So a big bolster on the lineup, but another big scorer coming out.
Yeah, it's kind of mixed feelings if you're a Calgary Hitmen follower. You hate to see Carter Yakimchuk go down. We learned yesterday, or I guess the day before, that he is now out week to week with a lower body injury, so you can take that as the glass half empty and go, who's going to run the power play? Or you can take it as the glass half full going, hey, they got Caleb Parker, who's looked very good on the offensive side of the puck. And the other good news is it's not month to month, it's not season ending, it's week to week. And knock on wood, this Hitmen team hasn't been overly injured this year. The injury list has usually been 1 or 2 names. It hasn't been 5, 6, 7. Red Deer Rebel fans will raise their hands and go, hey, that's been us this year. So, and Axel Hertag coming back is just a real stabilizer. To me, one of the most underrated defensive defensemen in the WHL, plus minus at plus 22. Just nothing bad seems to happen on the ice when the Flames prospect Hertag is out there.
Well, the big thing, you miss a lot with Yakimchuk out of the lineup, but especially on the power play. So we saw bits of it the last game, the second and third period. Parker went on the number 1 power play unit. You could have Aura back there. You could have Kindle working the power play quarterback position as well. So I think that's the one area that we're going to be interested to see who fits in where. But as far as, regular shifts here or there, yeah, Hertag fits in a lot of spots, doesn't he? He's just so solid defensively, and good to have old big number 6 back in the lineup here today.
Indeed, and you're going to give a shot at Anders Miller, who will get the start here against the Moose Jaw Warriors. Last time he was in the lineup, took on the Warriors, he put up a shutout, and now this goaltending has become a 3-headed monster. So what are we expecting from young Anders Miller to see how he can play as the backup part?
He's just been steady. He's been so good. He's won his last 3 starts, goals against average of 2, save percentage of 9.29. Awesome. Anyone who follows hockey these days now knows that it's gone to the days of Mika Kiprasov playing 95% of your games. Yeah. You now need a tandem, a formidable tandem that you can play when you've got back-to-backs. The WHL has so many of these compact parts of their schedule. The Hitmen just came off of 6 games in 10 days. They're going to have many of those down the stretch. So you need 2 guys that can go, and in their case, they still have Eric 2 in the stable, but Anders Miller has come in and really, really looked comfortable. They don't count his goals against average on the stats page because he hasn't played enough games. He's 8-2 this year, but if they did in the WHL, only Jesse Sanch of the Everett Silvertips has a better goals against average this year.
Yeah, they're going to play 14 games the month of January. There's a little bit of travel later on this month. You need both goaltenders going, and maybe all 3, depending on what they decide to do with their roster that way.
It'll be a fun one between these 2 clubs, gentlemen. They've come out on the ice, and anthems are next. Let's see how things play out. We'll hear your beautiful voices next once anthems conclude. This is Hitmen Hockey, Moose Jaw Warriors, Calgary Hitmen next on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
You there.
You're clear.
Thank you.
You snack which bundles?
Colton will send you the building
Yeah,
feed.
bundle
We'll
of-
join in out of the anthem. Land recognition is now.
In the spirit of reconciliation,
Sandwich with crispy
we acknowledge
potato
tonight's
rings, picks a bundle
game
of
take place on the original territories of the peoples of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot First Nation tribes of Siksika, the Piikani, the Gena, the Stoney Nakoda First Nation tribes of Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Goodstone, and the Tsuut'ina First Nation. This territory is also home to the Otipemisiwak Métis government, Districts 5 and 6. As an organization, Calgary Sports and Entertainment is proud to continue our commitment to learn from and partner with our Indigenous communities.
To apply for a card and start rebuilding my credit once again.
Try Quick Check from Capital One to know if you're pre-approved for a credit card before you apply without impacting your credit score. Visit CapitalOne.ca/QuickCheck. You've got this, we've got you.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. As a musician, I'm drawn to the sounds of this great province. Whether it's the wind blowing down the Rockies, the rustling of grass across the prairie, or the sweet sound of a Ford Super Duty, it's all music to my ears. Speaking of Super Duty, with heavy-duty performance that's built for getting the job done right, it's no wonder this truck has Albertans singing its praises. The 2024 Ford Super Duty is available now at your Alberta Ford dealer. Just head on in today and tell them PV sent you.
This is Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Let's go.
God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary, Alberta, the scene on this Wednesday night. Yes, Wednesday night in the dub, free on WHL Live on CHL TV and on the WHL YouTube channel. It's the Calgary Hitmen and the Moose Jaw Warriors as we come to you live from the Peter Maher Radio broadcast booth here on Sportsnet 960 The Fan. I'm Brad Curl alongside Jeff Hollick. These two teams, Jeff, couldn't be almost further apart in the WHL standings, but there's more in common than you might think. Moose Jaw, the defending WHL champions. Calgary's been a buyer at the trade deadline this year. They'd like to be called defending WHL champions next year.
Well, Brad, back in the 70s, Canadian rock legends Backman Turner Overdrive sang taking care of business, and that's what Calgary's got to do here today, Brad. As you mentioned, they're far apart in the standings. Take care of business. Play your style. No win is guaranteed in this league. You cannot take anybody lightly, but Moose Jaw's got to look at the Calgary roster and go, there's no Tanner Howe, no Carter Yakimchuk, no Sawyer Mineo. Daniel Hauser, the goalie, is the backup. You're not going to see that kind of lineup again this year against Calgary, so that's what they're both looking at, taking care of business here tonight.
Indeed so. Calgary tied with Medicine Hat for the division lead, just two back of Saskatoon for the conference lead. Moose Jaw last in the 11-team Eastern Conference standings. We are underway inside the saddle. Thrilled to have you along as the Warriors get first touch. Sherman slides his way into the Calgary zone, but he's greeted by Connor Vidston, who pries the puck away. Goes up the left wing side to Carson Burney, the former Red Deer Rebel. Slips it up the left wing to Carson Wetch, coming off a 2-goal game. He's squashed in the corner by Ness, but Burney's on the scene now. Out from behind the Moose Jaw net, looking out to the blue line. In his first WHL shift, we get a look at 15-year-old Calgary Hitmen prospect Cale McCann out of Cochrane, Alberta. How about that in the starting lineup tonight along with Axel Hertig? That's a great deep partner of the Flames prospect. Warriors will get it down into the Calgary zone though, and Sherman works the right wing corner. Sherman trying to work it off, but it's intercepted by Calgary's Carson Burney. Took the bump over there and the loose puck to the Hitmen. Connor Vidston out this center ice, up near the red line. A high shoot-in, bounding down into Moose Jaw territory, and now Heniak to go get it. Around the right wing side, Moose Jaw trying to play it up, nearly get tangled up with the referee over there, but now Heniak's deep partner, Schmidt, able to work it out. This one goes the length of the ice, and it's tagged for icing against the visitors from the friendly city.
Yeah, so Cale McCann gets in the starting lineup. As you mentioned, a second-round pick. He's out of Cochrane, Alberta. His older brother, Caden, plays center for the Minnesota Tigers. They're playing later on tonight, so second-round pick. The pick was actually acquired from Saskatoon in the Graydon Seepman deal last season, so that's how quick the turnaround is for him. He's got a bright future here with Calgary.
He becomes the 36th Hitman player to wear a jersey this year. And off the draw, we got a goal! Oliver Talt turns on the red light. A minute, 6 seconds in, it's 1-0 Calgary.
Face off, the puck lands in the middle slot, and they allow Tulk to step into it on the backhand, and he goes under the crossbar on the glove side for the goal to extend his point streak. I believe you'll see Gorzinski with an assist, but I'm not sure if Kindle will get in there as well. As we know, they both have long point streaks. Tulk goes to 18 games.
Now, one of the game stories tonight, Ben Kindle on a franchise record-tying 20-game streak. Oliver Tulk right behind at 18. Let's find out what the scoring play reads here.
Calgary Hitman goal is 18th of the year, scored by number 37, Oliver Tulk. Unassisted. Time of the goal, 1 minute, 6 seconds. Tulk, 18th of the year, unassisted at 1:06.
So right off the face-off, Calgary getting a puck into the Moose Jaw net. Warriors starting goaltender making his Moose Jaw debut as Matthew Hutchison came over in a trade this week with the Vancouver Giants. At the other end of the rink for the Hitmen to our right, it is Anders Miller. Calgary back in the offensive zone. Working behind the goal is Ethan Moore. Try to play it out to the blue line. It was blocked off by Paquette. Loose puck, Warriors. And out the left side, they'll bring it. Degenstein. It's knocked to center ice. Pasarchuk takes over for Calgary. He'll hook one back in. So the season series now, Calgary coming off a 9-0 win over Moose Jaw. Lead this one 1-0. And the Warriors are going, okay, we don't want that to happen again. They got to find another gear here and settle it down. Coming off the game last night where they played down in Lethbridge and dropped the decision to the Hurricanes. Puck on the boards. Kindle holds in for the Hitmen. Down the wall to Gorzinski with a high pass off the mark. Paquette has it for Moose Jaw. The right side will be swatted ahead, but not out of the zone by Hughes. Kept in by Kindle. He'll stutter step, work it across the ice. On top of the puck there is McCann at the right point. He'll start the cycle down to Gorzinski. Now to Kindle behind the net. Right corner, it's Gorzinski. Up top, McCann. The shot. Block may have hit his own teammate Tulk, and the puck to center ice. Former Warrior Caleb Parker is on it. Trying to play it to center. Hit the leg of the linesman, and it's up for grabs at the Hitman blue line. Moose Jaw to take it. Hughes back pass to Ziprick. The former Lethbridge Hurricane is on the move here at center. He'll navigate the Calgary line. Slipped it on the boards to McFadden. Got a return pass, but couldn't reel it in, and it's Parker up the wall. Weird bounce off the boards. Goes back behind the Hitman net. Parker up the boards with it. Kept in by the Warriors, trying to start a cycle game here. Sherman, their top line out with Berg and McKenzie. But Calgary's got the puck, and here comes Ben Kindle on that 20-game point scoring streak. To the wing to Valiant. The shot is on. Save made by Hutchison. Rebound loose, and the Warriors will jump on it. And here comes Landon McFadden to center. Up the right side, it'll be propelled in by Hughes. Out of the goal is Miller. Can't stop it. Ora, the defenseman, is there. He's forechecked, and the puck will go in behind his own goal. Williams arrives. Left side to Noah Kosick. Flipping it to center. It hit a Warrior Berg, but bounces right to Valiant of Calgary. A take charge attitude. He'll bring it over the line. Played around behind the net. Kosick in hot pursuit in the right corner. Sherman steals the puck away. Works it up the boards. And out to center it goes. Loose in front of the two benches. Warriors on it. Berg, the shooting, is into the Calgary bench, and it's whistled.
So Oliver Tulk, who wears jersey 37, had 37 points during his 17-game point streak going into play today. His first shift, he gets a goal, so his streak is now at 18 games. That's the second longest in the WHL this entire season. Again, it was a face-off. It was won by pretty well nobody. It was an even face-off. Gorzinski was there. Looked like it might have touched his stick and a Warrior at the same time, right around the hash marks, Brad. On the back end, there's Tulk, so he's got 38 points in his last 18 games.
And now the team leader in points. He and Ben Kindle came into the day tied at 58 apiece, one back of Luke Misselbacher of Swift Current for fourth in the WHL scoring race. Hitman back in the offensive zone. Here's a shot from LaPlante. It hit a body in front. Warriors are going to get to it, and on left wing, they'll squeak it out this center ice. Miraz, former Raider, right side of Matchis, also a former Prince Albert Raider. They're together on the same line. Return pass to Matchis, misses. On the left wall now, a shot is on, and Miller the scoop save as the Warriors getting a couple of new bodies into the lineup last night, and Christoph Matchis, and also joining the play was, Miraz and Matchis together on that line, setting up a nice scoring chance.
Yeah, Riley Kovacevic went the other way to the Prince Albert Raiders. Remember, the WHL trade deadline will be tomorrow night at 6. So teams still allowed to make some trades.
And normally it's noon on trade deadline day, but it's also a day earlier. Normally January 10th, but January 9th, 6 p.m. Mountain is the deadline this year. There's been a flurry of activity, and we'll talk about it coming up in intermission number 1. Puck down the ice. The Hitmen send it down. Schmidt to go get it for Moose Jaw. Around the right wing side. Stutter stepping his way up the boards is number 47, Max Finley. Trying to slip it off. Turned it over. More up the left side. Here's Adazinski. Bottom of the circle slot. Kick save made by Hutchison. It's under his pad off the chance from Ing. He didn't know he had it. His defense knew he did. And the play is whistled down.
That puck is right on the goal line, right where the goalpost meets the ice surface, and the puck, I think, is under his pad and skate area. Not sure how that one didn't sneak in, Brad. He's holding it down with his toes somehow on that feed by Adazinski. Ing, a redirection right on net.
Matthew Hutchison gets up smiling, the product of Nanaimo, British Columbia. 18 years old. He's a big cat, 6'3", 189 pounds. Draw to his right. Hitmen get it. Here's a shot at the line, and it's framed by Hutchison on that wrist shot from Cale McCann. Well, Cale McCann in his WHL debut hasn't just dumped pucks to the corner. He's been a shooting defenseman up top tonight.
Yeah, and they still have LaPlante in the lineup tonight as well, another AP call-up defenseman, and both those guys usually playing on the right side. They look to their left. Either it's Hertig or Parker or Pisarchuk helping them out here as they're filling in some crucial minutes here in this game.
Now, one of 7 defensemen dressed tonight is Cale McCann. In the absence, of course, of Carter Yakimchuk and Sawyer Mineo. Yakimchuk due to injury, and Mineo yet to check into the WHL post-World Junior Hockey Championship. Here's McCann at center, dumping the puck into the Moose Jaw zone. Paquette is there to his right. He's got Ellis. Bounce pass on the boards, finds Hughes. Middle of the rink to McFadden, hit the skate of Hertig. Loose on the boards, and Calgary will go get it. Here's McCann behind his net. We're in the full shield. He's off on the right wing boards. Bounce pass far blue line to Ben Kindle. Couldn't reel it in for a shot on goal. He's got it in the corner now. Needs some help as he's tied up on the boards. Gorzinski lurks in there, but the Warriors arrive with numbers as well, and Thorpe will just seal it on the wall. Kindle squirting free. The puck goes on down to Talk, back to Kindle. Ellis to staple him to the boards. In comes another Warrior. That's Thorpe back in the scene here as that board battle rages on to a side. Now Ellis will come up with it for Moose Jaw, wearing number 55. He's got a chance to get the puck out. A high bounce pass to center. Lands too far ahead of McFadden. It's turned back by Parker. He finds Kindle, but he's tired. He's going to go to the bench on a change and gives it back to Parker. Left wing now, Cossack at center. Fresh legs is more. Splitting the defense. He's got a breakaway for Calgary to the net. The save made by Hutchison on the rising shot from Ethan Moore. Looking for his 11th of the year, thwarted by the Warriors goaltender. Good save there to keep this a 1-0 Calgary lead. Moose Jaw needed that stop. Now they'll go for offense. Here's Sherman up the right side. Couldn't catch up to the puck. Looking for it on the right wing, but knocked over is McKenzie, and it's covered by Anders Miller, and he'll hold on to it. 13:50 remains in period number 1. Calgary outshooting Moose Jaw 5-1. They have themselves a 1-0 lead on a goal from Oliver Tulk. This is Hitman Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Get in.
I didn't know if there was going to be a timeout there because Miller started to lead, and he went back into the net, and he too wasn't
and there was
sure
no
if
red
it
light, but
timeout.
For the quality.
It is a timeout, though. 60.
Yeah,
It is.
we're good.
60, please.
Provide insights and offer advice tailored to your needs. Professional installation and special orders are also available. Shop Canyon Plumbing and Heating Showroom, Monday to Friday from 7:30 to 5 at 3185 114th Avenue Southeast. Learn more at canyonplumbing.com.
For over 10 years, Calypso has provided expert-managed IT services, large-scale IT projects, managed cybersecurity, and cloud migration services for Calgary businesses. As a Calgarian company, we understand the needs of Calgary businesses, which is why our 24/7 service desk, project implementation team, and network operations center are all located right here in Calgary. Calypso, a Calgary-based IT company helping our customers leverage technology and implement IT strategies. Calypso, CALITSO.com.
Now, back to Brad Curl and Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Last year was the 40th anniversary of the Moose Jaw Warriors in the WHL. They won their first WHL championship, Brad. They still have 11 players on last year's roster still with the team this year. Last year they were maybe mostly third and fourth liners, but a lot of experience still on this squad.
And they're in the Calgary zone off the draw. Ziprick a shot. Hit the leg of Parker Berg, his teammate. Loose puck Calgary, and Carson Wedge to center. Ahead of Carson Burney. He'll chip and chase. After in the right corner, trying to tuck it in front. Hit the skates of Ziprick. And Sherman coming back to defend on it. Sherman on the boards, locked up by Vidston. Loose puck turned back for the defense. It's Brady Ness. Behind the net, checked off the puck by Vidston. Patrols the wall for Calgary. Onto the corner. It's Carson Wedge skating in career game 150 in the WHL tonight for number 16 as the Warriors Berg dumps the puck into the Calgary zone. There's Kalen Parker on it for Calgary. Up ahead, pass hit the skates of Burney. Turned loose to Moose Jaw. Schmidt skates onto it. Slap shot. Save made by Miller. And the pride of Anchorage, Alaska will hold on to it. I had a chance to talk to Anders Miller a couple of days ago and ask him, what's it like growing up in, part of the country where it's dark 24 hours a day? And he says, it's only one day of the year and you actually get used to it. He says it's not as ominous and daunting as you might think, and he really enjoyed his time up there.
You're going to have to spend time up there if you think it's dark all the time. You got some learning to do there, Brad.
Well, it's also daylight all the time in the summer, but I mean the winter months.
Yes, you're right.
That's the winter solstice where it's dark 24 hours, but only the one day. Off the draw, the puck goes to Calgary. I'm not that sheltered.
I know you.
Well, most days I'm not. Here comes Adazinski up the ice for Calgary. On the left wing side. Into the corner he goes, twisting and turning. Trying to make twisting and turning moves on down to Rylan Ing, but the pass is too high for him. Warriors will jump on it there on the left wing side. It's now Haniak. Round behind the net. Pass eludes the intended receiver. That was Schmidt over there. Calgary knocks it free. Valiant found a man. It'll come to the blue line. It's Dax Williams on the pass from Ing. The shot hit Valiant in the slot. Loose in the low right circle. Adazinski reels it in for Calgary. 5 goals on the year. Blue line to Aura. Off the skate. Deflects to Williams. He'll stutter step. Look into the left wing circle now. Touch pass in front. Missing Valiant. Adazinski, a retrieval on the boards, will get there first. Against 2 Warriors. Turning away from Schmidt. Feeds the line to Aura. The wrist shot. Blocker save made by Hutchison. Turns it up on the glass. Loose puck. Moose Jaw on their heels. Schmidt. But he'll find Matches. Now to center. And Semenuk is on the move. Now to Matches. Pass. Missing his right skate, deflects into the Calgary zone. Aura to go get it. Left wing corner to a wide open Williams. Bullet pass to center. Gorzinski chips it down the ice, but from the wrong side of center, icing is called.
Seeing some different line combinations here by Paul McFarland, the head coach of Calgary. Brad, you mentioned they have 11 forwards, and it's not as easy as you would just say, well, the fourth line will rotate who plays with them. He's been putting guys all over the place. Kosick played with Kindle and Tulk for a while. We're seeing, Valiant out there with Bernie and we're seeing a little bit of everything here. So I think he's just letting them rotate almost and just see what works here.
Calgary tied with Medicine Hat for the division lead, Jeff, and the Tigers have scored. They've got themselves a 1-0 lead already as well. They lead Prince Albert nearing the midway mark of period 1. Scoreboard watching as the puck is in behind the Moose Jaw net. This Calgary line out there now looks very familiar. Kindle, Tulk, and Gorzinski. They get it to the line. Pisarchuk the shot. Couldn't get it through. Good block by the Warriors, who collapsed the low slot, and they're going to get the puck out to center. Landon Ward, the former Lethbridge Hurricane, will dump the puck in. He was one of the pieces they got back in that Jaeger-Unger trade with Lethbridge earlier this year. Now Ziprick a shot. Kick save Miller with a left pad. Rebound goes to the boards. Paquette trying to hold it in. Locked up by Gorzinski, however. Trying to spin it back. Got it to the line. Finley works the puck across. Here's Ness. Make that Ziprick. Pass it to the right side. Paquette missed it. Grabs it off the boards. He'll work behind the back. Down low looking for Ward. Taken away by Pisarchuk, kind of pulled on. Not enough for a penalty call, say the officials. Tulk the clear, couldn't get it by. Degenstein held it in. Gorzinski will get it out, and here comes Tulk at center. All by himself, he'll just wire it into the left wing corner. Out of the net, Hutchison couldn't knock it down. Ziprick back defensively. Calgary's got fresh bodies out. Moose Jaw trying to do the same. As Ziprick steps out from behind the goal, goes left wing to McFadden, right side of the ice. Here comes Ness, trucking the puck through center, over the Calgary line to the middle. It's intercepted by Wetch, waggling through traffic. He shakes off McFadden, now darts into the offensive zone. Wetch down the wing, the shot, kick save. Then the rebound is on the paint. Bernie digging away, but Hutchison has it covered. His skates are in the net, but the rest of his body is above the goal line, and the puck stays out.
There again, you see the speed of Wetch at the red line. He's shoulder on shoulder with a Moose Jaw player by the blue line. He's pulled away by a couple of feet from a tough angle. Couldn't get a great shot on goal, but he hit it the pads. There's going to be a rebound there, and Hutchison strong enough to cover up before Bernie's big body could push him into the net with the puck. Good stop by Hutchinson.
Yeah, Carson Bernie has points in back-to-back games. One of those is his Hitman debut, and that came on Sunday in that win over Regina. Face-off will be to the left of Hutchison. Off the draw, Calgary's Kosick to the corner. It's David Adazinski. Ness quickly on top of him. Puck squirts out. Ness takes over. Goes on the right wing side. Has Hughes with it. Little bounce pass on the boards. Finds a teammate, and on the move now is Thorpe to the Calgary line. Bumped off by Hertig. It's loose at center. Kosick trying to find it. Wearing that black 30th anniversary Hitman jersey. He'll dump the puck into Moose Jaw territory. Warriors in their road whites along with red and black trim. Calgary in that black anniversary along with bronze and white trim. Calgary the puck. Adazinski inside the line. Toppled over by Ness. The puck is in a pile. Ness got some help there from McFadden. They get it out to center. Hertig will dump it right back ahead on the left side. Touched in deep by Moore. He'll retreat to the bench on a change. And over the boards comes the Vidston line. Vidston out with Bernie. Here is Warrior breakup pass misses and goes for icing against Moose Jaw.
Well, our last look at the Moose Jaw Warriors in this building this year. The other two matchups will be in Moose Jaw. And again, in the lineup, not in the lineup, is Lakovic. He's expected to be a first-round pick in the NHL draft. So disappointing that we didn't see him here. The other game as well, the Teddy Bear game, he didn't play. So he's a big body. He's like Yakimchuk. He's got a late birthday, so it's his... He'll be 19 next year in the WHL, but a big part of their hockey club we don't get to see here today.
Yeah, Lyndon Lakovic, their leading scorer, 39 points in 31 games, including 17 goals. So the next leader in terms of offense is Pavel McKenzie with 10 goals for Moose Jaw. As the Warriors trying to add to their cupboard of assets after spending last year to solidify their roster for a WHL championship run, and they succeeded. First time in 40 years hoisting the Edge Chinook Cup. Here's Calgary, a shot here. Kalen Parker, a shot of the save made by Hutchison as he turns that aside. Boy, the debut performance for Matthew Hutchison's been a busy one. Calgary's got it again. Bernie side of the net, try to center. It's off a Warrior. A clear from Moose Jaw, hit their own man, and Wetch takes over for Calgary. Works in the high slot, fades out to the blue line. Right circle pass into the skates of Carson Bernie. Ness jams him, and McFadden will alleviate the pressure and get it to center. Bump pass too far for Sherman. Can he catch up to it? No, he ran out of gas, and Kalen Parker passed him. Icing called against the Warriors.
With Moose Jaw winning last year, I know a lot of people talk about the Savoy trade that they made at the deadline, but you got to go back to the beginning of the year when they made that trade with Victoria to get Sherman and Kalen Parker, right? And Sherman, a 20-year-old forward this year, and Parker, a 20-year-old defenseman. But that was a big deal. They traded a couple of high picks and prospects and things like that. That happened in October, so that deal really put that club together.
Yeah, the Moose Jaw Warriors, 41 years old. They began in the WHL as the Winnipeg Warriors before moving to Moose Jaw in 1984.
Yeah, Moose Jaw, one of the smaller communities in the WHL, population about 35,000.
Off the draw, Hitman, who lead it 1-0, had the puck. Here's Ora into the left face-off circle. Kindle, seam pass across, intercepted by the 20-year-old Sherman. He'll go to center. On the move is Pavel McKenzie. Stood up by Ora, separated from the puck, and swooping onto it is Pisarchuk. Jamming the brakes behind the net. Snow goes flying. Goes to the right boards now to Ora. Under pressure, he'll just flip it away and down. This looks like icing against Calgary. And Jeff, I got a trivia question I've assembled for tonight. 4 Moose Jaw Warriors have had their name on the Bobby Clark Trophy as WHL top scorers. We will let you think about that. We will let others think about that as well. 4 Moose Jaw Warriors have won the WHL scoring title.
I don't have to spell the name, right? Because one of them I know I'm going to get half of the letters wrong.
That's a massive hint right there. I shouldn't say they've all won the WHL scoring crown. I'll stick with my initial question. They have their name on the Bobby Clark Trophy as top scorer. There's another big hint for you. Puck inside the Calgary zone. Pisarchuk, he'll work it to center, and away goes Oliver Tulk, darting into the Moose Jaw zone. The shot there off the defender. That was Dowheniuk to the corner. Tulk gets it back. He's got the game's only goal. Trying to protect the puck here. Slip it right circle. It's intercepted. Good play by the Warriors, but they turn it over. Dowheniuk coughed it up to Tulk. Shot off a body. Come to the line. Hertig will hold in for Calgary. On down to Tulk. Caught an edge and fell. May have stepped on the puck as well. And the loose puck will be steered out by Moose Jaw to center. Matches no further than the neutral zone. Kindle back in with it, but offside is called as Tulk still coming out, and then Kindle gets knocked over after the whistle sounds.
Yeah, Semenuk gave him a shot after the whistle. Lucky not to get a penalty there.
Semenuk pleading his case on the defensive side of the referee. It's a scolding from the official, and Semenuk will retreat to the Moose Jaw bench. So I'll give you some hints. 4 Moose Jaw Warriors have had their name on the Bobby Clark Trophy as WHL top scorers. One did it in the 80s. One did it in the mid-2000s. One did it about 5 years ago. And the most recent one was as recent as you can get.
Oh, I got 2 then. I got 2 for sure.
Off the draw, the puck goes to Calgary. Here's Dax Williams. He'll fire it in. Around the boards it goes. Moose Jaw's defense. Ellis is there, but Valiant on the scene for Calgary. He's locked up by Degenstein. Loose puck Warriors. It'll be Paquette ahead of Finley. He's buried into by Adazinski and knocked off his skates. Warriors bring it up, though. They got a 4-on-2. Here's Ellis. Turn back pass picked off by Chase Valiant. He'll nudge it ahead, and Rylan Ing takes off. Catching up is Adazinski with him. 2-on-2 now. Rush. Adazinski a shot. Hutchison save, and he'll hold on to it. He wanted to cover it right away, but Finley, his own teammate, nearly pulled it away. He had to grab it before his teammate could cause some trouble.
Well, last year the Moose Jaw Warriors had Jagger Firkus, right? He won the WHL scoring title, 63 goals in 62 games, not including the playoffs and Memorial Cup.
He did, and he's the third highest scoring Warrior of all time in terms of players to have their name on the Bobby Clark Trophy. So
Jaden Halbigawaks.
Yes, Jaden Halbigawaks in 2017-18 at 129 points. He's the second highest scoring Moose Jaw Warrior to ever have his name on that trophy.
I think that's as far as I can go. That's a great trivia question, though.
Well, let it percolate for another couple minutes in case some names in. I'm going to get you a couple that is going to jump out at you.
Yeah.
The 2 others both wore the jersey of the Calgary Flames.
Oh, there we go.
So that might help you.
Yes, it will.
Off the draw, the puck to Calgary. A shot from McCann. It is grabbed and held on to by Hutchison.
He's got his number retired in Moose Jaw.
Sure does.
Theoren Fleury.
Theoren Fleury was the one player who didn't win it on his own. He tied with Joe Sakic at 160 points in 1987-88.
I talked to people that followed the WHL closely. Remember, there was no internet back then, but you would see the scoring sheet the day after, and they would have like 6 points. So Fleury knew the next night he had to get 6. It was just back and forth between Sakic and Fleury. What a year that was.
Certainly was. Draw goes to the Hitmen. Hertzig a long shot. Hutchison save. Rebound knocked wide by Valiant. Shots in this period now 12-3 Hitmen. Hutchison has been busy. Only 1-0 Calgary on the scoreboard. Hertig down low. He's got more behind the net. Chased on by Ness. Ness, good checking, knocking more down. Ness falls as well. Loose puck to the Warriors and trying to skate him out of trouble is Sherman. Got it to McKenzie, but he can't clear. Valiant takes over. Right wing boards now to Moore. He'll bounce it in behind the net. Noah Kosick arrives on the scene. Shiftily gives the puck to Chase Valiant. 4 goals on the season. He'll take a shot. That one blocked off the defenseman Ziprick. Moore to get it back for Calgary. Out to the blue line to Caleb Parker. Return to Moore is off the mark, and Sherman will get the Warriors out of danger. He'll bring it up the ice to the Calgary line. Little chip and chase gets it back against Hertig. Centered it. Caleb Parker knocked the pass away. Hertig takes over behind the Hitman goal. Surrounded by 2 white jerseys, but he spills it up the boards. He's got Wetch, touched it off, and Connor Vidston on the move. Out of center to Caleb Parker, activating against his former team. To the high slot, Bernie all wrapped up. Got a shot away, though, and the save made by Hutchison. Rebound on the left wall, slammed up, but not out of the zone by Miraz. And Miraz will get another chance to clear. Can't. Vidston to the corner. It's Bernie for Calgary. Bumped on by Schmidt. Vidston to help out. Knock the puck free, and he's going to get back to it on open space. Spun it down to the corner. Missing Bernie. Bernie in hot pursuit. Warriors Ziprick is there. He's walloped to the boards, but got it ahead, and it's flushed down the ice by Berg. Another icing call in play here, and called with 5:46 to go in the first period. It's 1-0 Calgary. Hitmen have tilted the ice on your home of Hitmen hockey at Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
By SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. How's it sharp? How's it electric? Good questions. Try this on for size. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line.
4-0 Tigers, first period.
Players from the PGA Tour.
Wow.
Split into 6 teams. Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. Tune in every week for TGL matches on Sportsnet. Stream on Sportsnet.
I'll give out one more clue.
Okay.
It's golf.
And then I'll...
My name's Jeff, and I said yes to Capital One Alerts because I get peace of mind. After I saw fraudulent charges on another card, I got a Capital One credit card and started using alerts.
You want this on a break?
Yeah, I'll do a quick Tigers update here. Just
every transaction, like if I'm double charged or a payment is coming up.
All in Dyke playing tonight?
Alerts,
yeah.
I can start the new year off right, and I love that.
I'm supposed to. Let me double
Stay
check.
in the know with your account using Capital One Alerts. Visit CapitalOne.ca for details. You've got this, we've got you.
Now, back to Brad Curl and Calgary Hitmen hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Players returning to their WHL teams from the World Juniors. Medicine Hat getting 3 back today, Brad. McKenna is playing tonight. The newly acquired Mollendijk is there. The Finnish defenseman who won a silver medal. Bison is playing. 4-0 Tigers over Prince Albert in the first period down in the Gas City.
Off the draw, Calgary chance. Save made by Hutchison as Ben Kindle robbed on the doorstep. Puck to the blue line. Here's Williams with it now. Walking in the shot. Hutchison the save. Rebound. He couldn't corral it. Warriors will jump on it and slam it down the ice as Berg. Looks like this could be icing a foot race. Miraz hustling down, but Aura able to get there first.
I've called a friend. I've done the fifth. I've used all my things here, Brad. I don't know how to get the last answer.
Okay, I got one more hint for you. 4 Moose Jaw Warriors have had their name on the Bobby Clark Trophy as WHL top scorers. Theoren Fleury tied with Joe Sakic in 87-88.
Yep.
Jaden Halbliga walks in 17-18. Jagger Furcus last year. The other Moose Jaw Warrior, his teammates at the time, Dustin Boyd, Blair Jones, Kendall McCardle, Riley Holzoffel, Jesse Zederich. You can go down the line. That'll give you a timeline. And he's a former Calgary Flame. Off the draw, puck to Calgary. Gorzinski in the slot, try to fire on it. He's bottled up. Loose puck will go to the Hitman. Gorzinski, but it's taken back by Miraz for his defense now. Warriors trying to defend here in their own zone. Schmidt under the pressure of Kindle, lost the handle, but stepping back onto it for the Warriors now is Semenuk. He lost the handle. Kindle takes over right circle, spinning, fed the puck high. Pasarchuk loads up, shot, glove save made by Matthew Hutchison as the pride of Nanaimo, British Columbia has been peppered here in period 1. 16 shots his way, He stopped 15 of them.
Kendall with a 360 spin around backhand pass on the tape on the blue line there for that wrist shot by Pisarcik. That was a fancy play.
The other Moose Jaw Warrior to have his name on the WHL's Bobby Clark Trophy is the leading scorer, Troy Brower, back in 2005-2006. 49 goals, 102 points.
Here at the Saddle, in the home of the Brower play. Wasn't that what it's called? Sore subject, I know.
Off the draw, shot Pisarcik in the pad save made by Hutchison. Puck goes to the boards. Warriors just trying to get it out up the right wing side. It'll be feathered ahead and out to center ice. Ward couldn't find the puck. Jumping ahead up the left wing now. Trying to charge down is now Heniak. Squashes in on Pisarcik, and he took that one uncomfortably. Slow to rise. Shot from Paquette, blocked by Valiant. Paquette's got it again. Over on the left side. Dancing around down Heniak. Back over. But Paquette muffed the pass. Now we'll work it down the wall. Matches back to Paquette. Cross to the left point. Now Heniak. The shot doesn't get through. Ward to retrieve it. Back to the line. Down Heniak. Another drive. Screams wide of the Calgary goal. Valiant grabs the rebound. Chops it ahead. Paquette pinches in. Couldn't hold it. And Adazinski will work it to center. Jolted off the puck by Big Ward. And Moose Jaw commands it again. They've been outshot 17-3, but only trail at 1-0 thanks to some terrific goaltending from Matthew Hutchison. Calgary in their own zone. Easton LaPlante. Headman's now to Carson Burney. He'll cruise his way into Warrior territory. Up the left side. Ziprick's on him. Burney trucks on. Ziprick's got his arms wrapped around him. He pins him to the wall. The puck pops loose. Vidston on it now. Right boards Wetch to the blue line to Ora. Backhand to the forehand. The wrist shot. Hutchison the save as he wears that on the Warriors logo. And a whistle.
All the play in the Moose Jaw end of the rink this period. The good thing that Moose Jaw is doing, and they're not giving up spectacular scoring chances. We're seeing a lot of point shots. A lot of them are being blocked or shots coming from the angle. But Calgary, time and time again, creating turnovers, getting shots. Rebounds are there sometimes, but on all the time. But again, Moose Jaw, they're almost like a football team that's only letting you kick field goals. You're not going to score touchdowns, right? They're really protecting the front of the net, but too much puck possession for Calgary here for Moose Jaw to like.
Indeed so. It's like waves on a beach. They just keep coming on. Here's another shot. Calgary off the draw, and Williams is thwarted by the right pad of Hutchison. Moose Jaw to grab it now and trying to escape the zone. They've got it out to center ice. On the move, Hughes to the left wing side. Finley crowded on the puck, backed it up, but Ness couldn't arrive on time to keep it in, and they'll reset at center. Aiden Ziprick, the shoot-in, bounding in behind the Calgary net, hopped away from Miller. Finley there, trying to center, but Miller swats it back behind the net. Warriors in pursuit there on the right wing wall. Thorpe cycles off to Finley, looking for options, but he's greeted by a checking Adazinski. Fed the line, Schmidt a shot blocked. Swing on it, Thorpe couldn't find the handle. It'll come to the line. Ness, nice job to hold it in. His shot sizzles wide of the Calgary target. On the left boards is Noah Kosick. Under the checking of Finley, seeking shelter behind the net. Darts out the right wing, found Ing with it. Squashed on by Ness, but the puck vacates the zone. And the Warriors reset on a line change. Schmidt to bring it up from the defense up the right wing. Drop pass to a wide open Hughes. He won't shoot it. He'll lug it deep. Vidston squashes him out behind the net. Moose Jaw trying to jam it in front to Sherman. Backhander stopped by Miller. Rebound Miller again. This one off of Bergen tight. Now Wetch fires it off the glass and a clear for the Hitmen. Burney races onto the scene. Working one-on-one against Schmidt. Cutting to the middle. He's bottled up by Dowheniak, who came back. Puck in behind the net. Wetch there. Stripped away by Dowheniak. A 20-year-old playing up to his age. Steady Eddie shift here. Got it to Berg. Back to center ice for Sherman. Chips it by Hertig deep into the Calgary zone. We wind into the final 2.5 minutes of period one. Moose Jaw looking to tie. Here's a Berg shot. Blocker save made by Miller. Rebound, another blast. Screamed wide from Paquette. No other chance. Couldn't get it through from Sherman. In the corner, Calgary can't clear. Vidston had it turned over. Hertig gets it back to the wall. Chopped that by Burney. Dowheniak keeping the puck in, but Vidston now will alleviate the pressure and get it to center. Not enough for a line change for Calgary. Wholesale variety. Paquette shoots it in. Miller's out of the goal. Wants to play it. Puts it up on the dasher. McKenzie arrives for Moose Jaw. Down to Sherman. Squashed off by Hertig. Who lifts it on the dasher behind the net. Now to a wide open Caleb Parker. Aerial pass to center. Has Gorzinski dancing around to the Moose Jaw blue line. Dishes off to Ben Kindle. In over the blue. Looking for options. Kindle. Drop pass. He's got Pisarcik. Skate to stick. Got it in front. Gorzinski. Save made by Hutchison. Puck knocked in. But the referee had already blown the whistle, despite the campaigning from Ben Kindle saying that it was never covered.
This might go to video replay, Brad. The rink, we're at the wrong end of the rink to see where that puck could have been, but Kindle throws it. A drop pass there for Pisarcik, who gets it in the crease. It goes off Gorzinski, but the goaltender's falling on top of it. Half of his body's in the net. The other half is in the goal crease area. Where's the puck? We could not tell from our angle, but video replay might be able to see if that puck did go in here, Brad.
The overhead camera angle showing it now. It rolls off the sleeve of Hutchison. Kindle taps it in.
Yeah.
But a look on the replay. The referee was in the corner. As he made his way over towards the back of the net, he blew the whistle, and now it's under video review here. So you can only call what you can see, and the officials are trained to kind of hang away from the net. They don't want to be deflectors of pucks, and you can only get there so quickly. Kindle got there before the referee. He saw it was loose. Could this be a franchise record-breaking 21st straight game of the point for Ben Kindle? We'll find out. The call on the ice was no goal.
Well, the thing is, when was the referee intending to blow the whistle or did blow the whistle? That's the only thing, because the puck was outside the goal line. It was not covered up. Kindle did put it in. So when did the referee whistle the play dead? And I'm not sure how they do that with video replay, but they're talking on the phone from the referee up to the booth. And I don't see how it can be a goal if he saw it that way.
It's a quick review here. Referee has a conversation to the timekeeper's bench, and the ruling is, as he does up his helmet, backs up to center ice, no goal. So confirmed no goal. That's a tough one for the official and a tough one for Ben Kindle, because you know in your head you've just broken the franchise record with points in 21 straight, but it doesn't count.
Tyler Moffat in his first year as a ref made the call. Brody Sutter in his second year, the other referee, but I just think the whistle ended the play. Even if it was the wrong call, you can't change that.
Maybe check in with Bruce Ritchie. He just made an announcement in the building, and I believe the referee did make an explanation, which was maybe relayed over the big speakers. They normally don't do that, but I think that may have changed here. We'll see if we can get some clarity as to why that goal was waved off. Puck inside the Calgary zone. My guess is that the whistle had gone before the puck went into the net, but we'll see if we can get confirmation. Gorzinski to bring it up for Calgary. Drop passes in a snowbank at the Moose Jaw bench. You could barely see it peekaboo and out of the snow. That's how deep it is over there. Warriors coming in. Semenuk left circle pass. No good. Intended for Mraz. Matches with him. Throws a body check on Pasarchuk, who got it around the wing to Gorzinski. He'll float it to center as we move into the final minute now of period number 1. Warriors Ness back to go get the puck. Right board, Ziprick in his own zone. Trying to play it up ahead. It's into a traffic jam, turned back, and it's Ness behind the Moose Jaw goal. His team's been outshot 20-6, but only trails it 1-0. Ziprick, the puck for Moose Jaw. An escape clause here. He'll get it out to center ice and float it deep into the Calgary zone. Miller out of the net, sweeps it around to the right corner. Caitlin Parker is there, quickly up the boards with it. Ethan Moore, but Ness pinching on him. The puck goes free back to Calgary, and it's Parker around the left side. Williams in pursuit. Shouldered off the puck there by the checking Finley. Arriving as well as the cross-checking Ward. Gave Adazinski a shot, but Parker's got it for Calgary. Out the right side, Moore trying to swim a check of Ness, who has him bottled up. Following up, valiant stretch pass. No good for Adazinski as the Warriors take over in their own zone. Ziprick ahead to Finley. Touch pass, no good for Degenstein. They'll get it now back into the hands of Finley to the Calgary line. Slides in and over to the final seconds of the frame. Listen for the horn. It will signify the end of 20 minutes. So Moose Jaw leans heavily on goaltender Matthew Hutchison. Catches a break as well as a Calgary scoring play presumably blown down early. It remains 1-0.
Yeah, strong period by Calgary right from the opening faceoff. The second faceoff of the game was in the Moose Jaw zone. That's when Oliver Tulk got his 18th of the year at 106. They've added an assist to Gorzinski on that goal because it went off him. And the disallowed goal, well, again, when the referee intends to blow the whistle, the play is dead. And even if video replay shows the puck is free and it's knocked in by Calgary fairly with the stick, what else can you do there? Referee's got to make the call live, and that's what they did on that play. So tough break there for Calgary.
Ben Kindle stayed out late to go talk to the referee and kind of leaves smiling. So whatever conversation that was, no ill will and no hard feelings from Ben Kindle's perspective. Did Bruce Ritchie chime in with a response yet?
Well, the other thing is, too, there's a lot of times there's goal mouth scrambles, and you wish the officials would blow the puck or blow the whistle quicker because there's a scramble. He did have it covered up, but they couldn't see if he did or not, and sometimes it gets jarred free and the puck goes in. Those are tough calls live by the officials, but again, when it's the whistle or the intent to blow the play dead, you can't change that at all.
Yeah, in this case, the puck is rolling along the left arm of the goaltender. Hutchison rolls off of his arm. Kindle taps it in, but the play went upstairs for video review, and they stand with a call on the ice, which is no goal. I see Bruce Ritchie headed our way. Maybe we'll get some clarification before the end of the intermission. Azam Ali Nanji is the host of Hitmen Hockey. He's with us already. Your thoughts on period number 1?
It was a really dominant one for the Calgary Hitmen. They did push a lot, but they don't look wavered, even only putting 1 goal past on 20 shots. So good to see. Let's see if they can carry that in to period number 2. What I really liked was Cale McCann. The shot mentality he had for a 15-year-old defenseman. I think he had about 4 or 5 shots in that period from the blue line. Really nice to see from a young defenseman making his WHL debut. So a really good period for the Hitmen. Now they just got to keep putting their foot on the gas pedal.
What do we have coming up in intermission number 1?
In intermission number 1, we're going to go through the scoring summary. We're also going to check the out-of-town scoreboard. Then we're going to have a big chat between the three of us because it is Wednesday night in the Dub, and we're less than 24 hours away from the WHL trade deadline. Will the Hitmen make one more move? Will other teams make moves? How's the Central Division looking after all the moves? That's all coming up in our first intermission chat with the dynamic duo Brad Curl, Jeff Hollick, and then, of course, not as skilled, but still out there, myself.
You're too humble, my friend. Azam Ali Nanji has your scoring summary when we come back. It's 1-0 Calgary on your home of Hitmen Hockey. You're listening to the mighty Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
What a night. You're clear.
Perfect. So, yeah, we'll just do the same setup so that we can give a break in between so they can still catch their breath.
How many did you have? Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we'll do scoring summary. I'll do the Beer League broadcast liner, and then we'll get into our chat.
She's going to be okay, right?
Were you the driver of the vehicle, sir?
However long you want here.
Let's do 90 seconds total.
Okay, sounds good.
Distillers and this station, please don't drink and drive.
What did you guys think?
Wow, that was quite something.
Yeah, you really know how to wow a crowd.
Need a break from another bad karaoke night? At Play Ojo, we know how to hit the right notes. Feel the fun with the top 10 hits like Wolf Gold and stacks of exciting slots and table games added every single week. Get that Ojo feeling at playojo.net today.
Open to all players 19 years and older. This is not a gambling site. Please play responsibly.
Feel the fun, Play Ojo.
More Albertans choose
last ad here.
Okay, perfect.
And natural gas than any other retailer. Sign up today at easymax.ca or call 310-6010 and join your neighbors across the province that trust EasyMax for their electricity and natural gas. Terms and conditions apply. Customers are free to purchase natural gas services or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822, toll free in Alberta.
This is Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Let's go.
After 20 minutes of play, the Hitmen lead the Moose Jaw Warriors by a score of 1-0. Welcome back inside the Scotia Bank Saddle Dome, high above the ice surface in the Peter Marr Radio broadcast booth. My name is Azam Ali Nanji, your host of Hitmen Hockey on this Wednesday night in the Dub. We're also broadcasting live on YouTube thanks to the Wednesday Night in the Dub program by the WHL, where every Wednesday they focus on a big matchup and make it free for all users to see. So if you can't listen to us on the radio, you can also listen to us on the YouTube channel for the WHL live here on YouTube and on Sportsnet 960 The Fan. A good period for the Calgary Hitmen. They really put out in front 20 shots on net, but they didn't face as many as they could in the back of the net, but they did get one, and it allowed for 1 point streak to continue.
He's got a bright future here with Calgary.
He becomes the 36th Hitman player to wear a jersey this year. And off the draw, we got a goal. Oliver Tolk turns on the red light. A minute, 6 seconds in. It's 1-0 Calgary.
Oliver Tolk's 18th of the season from Brandon Gorzinski at a minute 6 in makes it 1-0 for the Hitmen. They had multiple chances, including a goal that was waved off due to a whistle being blown, even though the puck was loose. So he gets a 1-0 lead. Oliver Tolk now extending his point streak to 18 games. Oliver Tolk getting that one. His buddy Ben Kindle still looking to break the franchise record. Thought he had one on that goal, but still will have to do it. He's got 40 minutes to make that one, and it's 1-0 for the Calgary Hitmen after 20 minutes of play. Shots on goal in that period, 26 in favor of the Hitmen. No power play opportunities in that period for either team, so we'll see how the final 40 minutes plays out. Before we get to our big chat around the WHL and the WHL trade deadline. Let's quickly look at the out-of-town scoreboard. 4 total games going on in the WHL, 2 underway, this one right here, and then 1 just about to get starting in Prince George as the Cougars welcome the Vancouver Giants. In the Prince Albert and Medicine Hat, it is 4-1 for the Medicine Hat Tigers after 20 minutes of play. Hunter St. Martin, Wu, McCann getting 2 goals in that one in the first period, lead out to a 4-1 lead. Christensen, the only goal for the Raiders, as the Medicine Hat Tigers also look to play pace with the Calgary Hitmen. Out in Edmonton, it is Sauchin getting the only goal after 20 minutes of play. They lead the Blades 1-0. In the NHL, 3 games total. 1 was postponed. That was the Flames and the Canucks. Flames and Kings in LA due to the fires. That is postponed. Date to be determined later on. In the third period, the Canucks and the Capitals are tied at 1 apiece. Connor Garland ties this game with a power play goal just as the second period is about to expire. Now they're in the third, just about to hit the 7-minute mark. That game is tied at 1 apiece. And in the third period as well, just about to hit the 11-minute mark, still 2-1 for the Colorado Avalanche. And the late game will be the Utah Hockey Club welcoming the Florida Panthers. And quickly to the NBA, as the Raptors currently trail in the fourth quarter by a score of 106-81 against the New York Nets. That is your out-of-town scoreboard for this one. Let's now before we get to our chat, we want to let you know as an update, because the Beer League broadcast is coming this winter, and the 2 participating teams will be announced on Thursday. We're promising to provide the game's play-by-play no one ever asked for, but we all definitely need. Thanks to our partners, Wild Rose Brewery, Tuxedo Source for Sports, and Bel Air Cleaners for making this happen. Wild Rose Brewery is our presenting sponsor of the event and will host the teams for a wild after party. Wild Rose Brewery makes a premium craft beer in the heart of Calgary for all of Alberta's finest beer league athletes. Cheers to the top dogs and the underdogs. That is going to come up. More details to come when and where, so stay tuned, because it's going to be one of the best for this Beer League broadcast. Now, bringing in the gentlemen who called this game in period number 1, bringing in Brad Curl and Jeff Hollick, because the WHL trade deadline is less than 24 hours away. Brad, teams are making trades. Now we are less than 24 hours away. Hitmen potentially making one more move, because now they have an open European spot, or import spot if you want to say, into the lineup. Could we see Gary Davidson make one more move before the 6 p.m. deadline?
Well, that spot is there, but I've come to learn over the years that nothing is for sure. Because you want to do something, if you want to do something, you also have to find a partner. You have to find something that is the price is right. So are there imports available? Perhaps. I don't scour the under carpets of the WHL to analyze every roster. I mean, some people do that. I choose not to, because I don't like to speculate with teenagers. There is a chance that a move could be made, but there's just been so many moves around the WHL already. It really is a very fascinating deadline to watch this year. You can't say it's been boring. There's been a lot of big names move. But Calgary, I think they're always listening. Will they make another move? Who knows?
Well, the only thing is, if you add a player, let's say they add a 20-year-old import or a 19-year-old import forward.
Yeah.
Let's say they do that. Where do you put them? Right? You got your top line with Kindle, Tulk, and Howe. The other line now is Vitston, Wetch, and Bernie, I think. But unless you put that import player there, that puts Bernie down with Adazinski and Moore. Then Valiant goes down, and you got all these pieces kind of fall down. I just don't know where they would fit in, because I like the way it is now. When Howe comes back, you got Bernie on that line with the big, strong guys, and the third and fourth lines are fitting in well. So if you add a forward, now you're up to 14. That means 2 guys are scratched every game, and how does it all fit together? But come playoff time, you need depth. Let's say you're lucky enough and good enough to go 3-4 rounds. In those 2 months of hockey, you get injuries. So you need guys from the third and fourth line to go up to the top 2 lines. You do need that, but just when everybody's healthy, I'm not sure how it would work if they added another player like that.
Certainly.
Well, yeah, well, and you look at the top line, like Gorzginski's really making a case to kind of maybe stay on that top line when Howe gets back, but
I don't see it happening.
But I don't see it happening. But again, like you mentioned, you need depth, and if something's not going, you can break that line up and put Gorzginski up there, and I think they have the right tools. I think it's a spot if they need it, but I honestly don't see anything else happening. They've got a solid D-core, obviously, even without Carter Yakimchuk, as he's dealing with a lower body injury. Potentially, is that a move the Hitmen may make? But based off what we're seeing from the young studs here, they're good to keep Yakimchuk until he's fully healthy.
Well, I remember when the Calgary Hitmen played the Moose Jaw Warriors in the playoffs. I believe it was 2006, and Moose Jaw had Troy Brower and the like of that team, and they just targeted the Hitmen defense, just pounded them shift after shift after shift. And that's one thing that Jeff alluded to, the fact that playoff hockey is so different. You can have games where barely any contact in the regular season. Come the playoffs, it's a different animal. And at the time, the general manager of the Calgary Hitmen was Kelly Kissio, and he had said the year after, never again will I go into the playoffs not having enough veteran defense, because you're going to lose people. That's the way the playoffs are. There's going to be time. It's just like the regular season where bodies are going to fall out of your lineup. You have to have the supporting cast to step in and fill those roles. So depth players become huge. As mentioned, a lot of the big names have already moved in the WHL trade deadline. I think over the next 24 hours leading up to tomorrow night at 6 p.m., I would not be surprised to see a lot of third and fourth line players moved over the next little while here.
I'm just amazed at how many times there's a big trade. It's from a team from this Central Division. Lethbridge does something, Calgary does something, Medicine Hat goes to. It's just always. Finally today, Spokane from the Western Conference went and added a pretty good player in Andrew Crystal to play him with Bertley Catton, a couple of guys from Canada's World Junior team. So finally, I was waiting for some of the West teams to step up. The Prince George did a little bit today, but they didn't jump into the big names that have been traded. I'm like Brad, I don't see any other big names that could be traded unless there's a team that's in 6th, 7th, 8th right now in the standings going, you know what? Maybe this is a good year to build for the future, and somebody trades their top defenseman or top forwards. But as far as the teams that are out of a playoff spot, there's not much left on the tree to pick.
On this Central Division between the three top teams, I know as soon as Lethbridge and Medicine Hat made their moves after Calgary acquired Sawyer Minio and to bolster their back end, Brad and I were talking off air, and we were talking about one of these three teams could be done after round 2 in this playoff race because of the way things are structured in the WHL. But how much fun playoff hockey are we going to expect between these Central Division teams? Because it's a toss-up pretty much. Every team's got their strength. Every team's got their depth. But one team's going to really push it all, and it could be one of the three, and one of their seasons could end after round 2.
On paper, I agree with you. Those teams you just allude to in Calgary, Lethbridge, and Medicine Hat look to have added some big pieces. Sawyer Minio comes to Calgary along with Tanner Howe and Kalen Parker. Lethbridge adds Caden Price, a stud on the back end. Medicine Hat adds Tanner Mollendijk, a stud on the back end. But the other teams around, to Jeff's point, Ozem, are not selling out. The Edmonton Oil Kings are one of the hottest teams in the last month and a half. They just took 2 of 3 games from the Lethbridge Hurricanes. The Brandon Wheat Kings are scorching right now. The Wheat Kings haven't been healthy all year long. And you look at Prince Albert Raiders, they made some moves in the offseason. They tell you their trade deadline was in the offseason when they added Dragicevic to the back end. They just went out and added Moose Jaw's leading scorer here a couple of days ago. So I think on paper you might go, Medicine Hat, Calgary, and Lethbridge have made some big moves, but those other teams look very, very good. That's the part that I find so curious. Nobody, to Jeff's point, is going, white flag, we're moving. After you guys bought, we're going to sell. Nobody's backing down. The playoffs are going to be ultra exciting. And to your point, somebody who went out there, spend, is going to have a playoff run not as deep as they would like.
And it's not how many players you add. You want to add the right ones. And there might be a team out there that nobody's paying attention to that's adding a little piece here, little piece there, and everything's going to fit in nice like Lego pieces, right? And everything's going to flow. Where some of these other teams maybe add players and they just don't fit. There's no chemistry. All of a sudden the playoffs start. They're still trying to find their game, and it doesn't work. So there's no one exact, formula that works for everybody, but it's been a while since the Central Division has been this strong. Even Edmonton, as Brad mentioned, to be the 4th best team in the Central, they might be the 2nd best team or the best team by the end of the regular season. You just don't know because they're right behind everybody in the standings, and to have 4 Central Division teams that strong at the same time, these games down the last couple months of the season are going to be awesome. And as you talked about, the playoffs is going to be great as well because you're going to have extreme rosters against extreme roster. We saw this a couple years ago in Saskatchewan when Moose Jaw, Moose Jaw, Regina,
Swift Current.
and Swift Current were dominant in the Eastern Division. And like that, They had 2 teams met in the second round. They didn't get through. It was just an amazing playoff run for those 3 Saskatchewan teams. Now we got the 3 Alberta teams doing it here, maybe 4.
The other part of your roster is it's so different than the National Hockey League. You might look at it in an NHL standpoint and go, well, you got to add star power. The WHL is a different animal because you have the internal growth. These young rookies are no longer rookies anymore. They're halfway through the season. Now they start to escalate. They start to move up the ladder. You look at Chase Valiant last year, really quiet start. I thought he was playing his best hockey before he broke his arm on that BC road trip. It kind of sank his season. How many whiteboards are around the WHL right now where you're going, okay, this guy is going to take a step for us? Yeah, we could go out and add a third-line left winger. Well, we believe the guy that's the fourth-line left winger is moving up. He could be on the third line at this point. So there's so much internal composition and compete as well within your roster that you hope that your players will continue to develop and take strides and get better. But the games get harder in the second half of the season.
We'll continue this trade deadline talk in intermission number 2 because there is a lot more things I do want to chat about on how this is going to impact the rest of the WHL and what's going to set up for the remainder of the season. But that'll wrap us up for intermission number 1. Brad Carroll, Jeff Hollick will have the call for you in period number 2. Hitmen out to a 1-0 lead thanks to Oliver Tulk's goal. He will look to continue his one alongside the Calgary Hitmen. 20 shots on goal. They'll look to get one more past Hutchinson. Team's coming out right now. Period 2 around the corner. You're listening to Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan. Yeah, you can do a 30 here.
Okay,
thank you.
Score in-store promos, PC Optimum points, and more free time. And still get groceries. Shop now at pcexpress.ca.
Motorworks is your one-stop BMW shop.
Kendall should get an assist there too, maybe.
To complex diagnosing and intense engine work. They do it all. And for less than a dealership, Motorworks will even beat any quote by 10% on 51st Ave and 3rd Street Southeast.
Now, back to Brad Curl and Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Calgary Hitmen have won 8 straight at Scotiabank Saddledome, trying to make it 9, standing in their way. The Moose Jaw Warriors, it's 1-0 Calgary as we head to the second, Jeff Hollick.
Yeah, you mentioned Tulk's got the goal, 59 points on the year, tied with Luke Nisselbacher for 4th in league scoring. Gavin McKenna, Andrew Crystal are 1 point ahead with 60. Tops overall is Portland's Kyle Chizowski with 62. So Tulk right now is 3 back of the league lead. Kindle is 4 back. Brad?
Down to ice level we go for the start of period 2. Calgary will start the Vidston line. Moose Jaw goes with a Sherman line as Calgary defending the net to our left with Anders Miller. Moose Jaw to our right with Matthew Hutchison. The puck is down. Warriors controlled. Ness ahead to McKenzie. Chip in doesn't get deep. Parker the other way for Calgary finds Wetch. Steps into the Moose Jaw zone. Long shot is off the stick of the defender, and that hit Ness and went out. One of those Calgary plays in the first period, Jeff, we believe may have been a 2-0 lead. It was waved off. It remains 1-0.
Yeah, we talked to, we've been messaging with Bruce Ritchie, the public address announcer. So the referee talked to the off-ice official who relayed it up to Bruce Ritchie. So the announcement was made that no continuous motion when the puck was pushed in. So the puck was lying near the goal line when the whistle sounded. If the puck would have been moving, Brad, that's continuous motion. Then the goal would have been allowed. So the whistle was intended to be blown before Kindle knocked it across the line.
So they went upstairs to look at it. Indeed, the puck had stopped dead before Kindle touched it. That's why it was waved off, because the whistle had sounded. So good clarity there. Out to center ice comes Moose Jaw. Miraz stopped up. And the puck turned back into the Moose Jaw zone. It'll be Ness, right side of the ice. Ziprick looking for options. Bounce pass, misses Berg, but hits something. He points at Hertig, says it hit the Calgary defenseman. So icing waved off, but Miller grabs the puck at the side of the net, holds on. I loved it because the referee backed up, looked like he was going to touch a microphone on his bench and make the announcement, but then waved it off. But love the step by the WHL to then convey that information to the public address announcer to announce it over the speakers, so it eliminates the questioning.
Yeah, Calgary probably not happy about it, but again, the referee's got to make the call live on the spot, and probably 99 times out of 100 it would have been the right call, that it was covered up somewhere in there, but the replay showed it was a little bit free near the elbow, and that's unfortunate for Kindle not getting the goal.
So Ben Kindle has to wait to see if he can extend that point-scoring streak to a franchise record-setting 21. Currently co-owner of that streak with Pavel Brendel. Puck in the Hitman zone. Moose Jaw has it on the left wing circle. Now Heniak trying to dance around the checking Oliver Tulk, who knocked the puck free to Carson Wetch. Wetch on the right boards looking to center. It's taken back It's Semenuk now for Moose Jaw. He'll float the puck in deep. Hustling back is Caleb Parker, wearing jersey number 8. To Axel Hertzig up the boards. It'll get out. Moose Jaw defense had pinched in, so that'll negate the icing as Schmidt gambled for the puck instead. And now Delheniak to go get it behind his net. Stepping out in front away from Gorzinski, who chopped them down. There'll be a penalty to Calgary. The game's first minor doled to the hometown Hitmen. And Brandon Gorzinski for an offensive zone forecheck will go sit down.
Yeah, not a penalty you want to take. Offensive zone with the trip, but Calgary very aggressive on the forecheck this entire game. Just a little too aggressive with the reaching stick. Moose Jaw's power play ranked 8th in the WHL, Brad. McKenzie leads them with 6. You got Semenuk with 5 goals. Calgary's penalty kill is 15th overall in the 22-team WHL.
Gorzinski doesn't take a lot of penalties. That's just his 6th penalty this year. Face-off left of Miller. Off the draw, puck to Calgary. Dax Williams, whoop, glass and out. Down she goes. Moose Jaw to set it up. We'll see if the Warriors can get some of those names you mentioned with their power play game going here. Is Ziprick to lug it ahead. Hooks one back, on the move now. Sherman bebopping his way through the neutral zone. The shooting kicks down the boards, hops up on the dasher, hopping around. Miller left the net. Warriors can't get it in front. They went racing for it, get it to the line now. McKenzie passed to Ziprick, back over to McKenzie, down to the right circle, but unable to reel that in is Sherman, and it's Williams on the puck, and down it goes.
No shots attempted yet by Moose Jaw. Ziprick, the defenseman, he leads them in power play points, Brad, with 13. And he's got the puck coming out of his own zone.
13 of his 28 points with a man advantage. Leaves it off for Sherman. Navigates the Calgary line, but 2 ahead with it. Parker stripped it off. Ziprick holds at the line, works it down the boards. He's got McKenzie again to the line to Ziprick. Poked it on back to McKenzie. Side of the net play now to Sherman. Hertig on him, loose puck. On the scene is Miraz to the blue line. They'll go across to Ziprick. Shot coming, scores! Aiden Ziprick the shot. Heavy traffic in front, and the Moose Jaw Warriors have tied the game with a power play goal.
Not much happening at all for Moose Jaw on that penalty kill. Calgary cleared it a couple times, almost cleared it a third, but by not doing so, Moose Jaw sets it up. They go to the middle blue line. Ziprick waits for a little bit of traffic. Wrist shot high on the stick side of Miller. Did not see that one at all. So Ziprick gets their power play goal, and we're tied 1-1.
Living up to his last name, he zipped that one home. And Moose Jaw outshot 21-7. You mentioned they're not giving up any touchdowns, giving up field goals. Lots of shots, but not many in the back of the net for the Hitmen. Moose Jaw, the equalizer. And we'll get the call from Bruce Ritchie on the Warrior tying goal. So the game's only penalty, a costly one for Calgary. Lead is gone. Warriors in their own zone. It is Ward on it.
Moose Jaw goal, a power play goal, is 8th of the year, scored by number 21, Aiden Ziprick. Assist to number 18, Braden Sherman, and to number 15, Luke Miraz. Time of the goal, 2 minutes, 19 seconds. Ziprick power play goal, 8th of the year from Sherman and Miraz at 2:19.
So the scoring play for Moose Jaw that is equalized. Calgary, a steal here on a Moose Jaw pinch and miss. It's a 3-on-1. Valiant over the line to Adozinski in the slot. Tried to step away from the defender. Lost it. Valiant shoveled it on. And Hutchison the save. That one never did get clean, really, for Calgary when it looked like it was going to be something dangerous on a 3-on-1 attack.
3-on-1, they all went to the same spot, Brad. There was no options coming down the side other than trying to get it to the net.
Warriors now in the Calgary zone. Thorpe to the doorstep. A chance here. Fend on by Hughes. Now a shot. Save made by Miller off a Ward in tight. Puck of the line. Ness for Delheniak. He'll shovel the corner. Ward in pursuit. Got there ahead of LaPlante. Fed the line, but Delheniak muffed the pass across. It's out the center, and Ness has to scramble back into the Moose Jaw zone. Moore forechecking, but Moore blows a wheel and falls. Delheniak will outlet to center, and here comes Thorpe attacking the Calgary blue line in a 1-1 tie. Gets by McCann to the net. He goes, a pass across, and McFadden couldn't fire it on. He was a left-handed shot on the right side of the ice, and that jammed him. Hitman get the puck out. Moore to center. Delheniak got it back. He's flattened by Ethan Moore. A crushing hit. That'll spring Tulk up the ice. Man in front. Cossack took the pass. Save made by Hutchison. Rebound goes into the corner. On top of it there is Williams. On down to Tulk. Tied up by Delheniak. Loose puck, Moose Jaw. Thorpe will spank it off the boards. Too far ahead for McFadden. And fading on the scene is Caleb Parker for Calgary. Ahead of Brandon Gorzinski to the trailing defenseman Williams. Quick up left wing. Tulk into the line. Kindle streaks the net. Tulk can't get it to him. Now a shot wide of the goal. Rebound comes out right circle. Parker, corner to Kindle. He'll dance to the outside. To the line to Parker. Shot. Stick blows in half. Goes careening across the ice. Calgary gets it back. Kindle to the doorstep of the play. No good for Gorzinski. And the Warriors will catch a breath and get the puck out. Bending but not breaking. Hughes to the Calgary slot. Turned over. Williams quick up to Tulk. Kindle with him on a 2-on-2 drop pass. Kindle working in. Slot shot blocked. Rebound. Swept away by Ziprick and just out of the zone. We near the 5-minute mark of the second. Moose Jaw coming up. They got a 2-on-1. Sherman a shot. Saved made by Miller as a Calgary goaltender standing on top of the paint sets this thing down for a whistle.
Game tied 1-1, but the way things are going, Calgary's going to continue to get these chances, Brad. A 3-on-1, a 3-on-2, then another 3-on-2, all in the last minute and a half, and almost another great scoring chance when Caleb Parker's stick blew in half. So the chances are going to come here for Calgary. What kind of chances can they turn them into? They tried a couple of cross-ice passes. Kosick denied on that one play. A good save made there by Hutchinson. So Calgary can't just keep shooting straight on. They got to get some movement here, some passes to get the goalie moving.
Yeah, Noah Kosick had a terrific opportunity to break the 1-1 tie. The 16-year-old freshman off the draw. Hitman sent it to center. Parker springs Bernie. Rush attack, play to the front of the goal, no good. Vidston after in the corner, behind the net now to Carson Bernie. Grabbed on by Paquette, loose puck goes free. Captain Wetch has it to the corner to Bernie, broken up by Paquette. He'll shovel ahead and it's Miraz out to center. Sherman in the middle, make that Semenuk to the right side now. It's Christoph Matchis, the former Raider, down behind the net to Miraz, has an assist tonight. Doorstep pass missing, but has Matchis shot right circle. Off of Bernie, goes up on the glass. Chance for Wetch to clear. He'll bump it to neutral ice, racing after it. Can he get there? He will. Bernie drives the center lane. The pass is a pad save made by the goaltender Hutchison. As for the second time in this hockey game, instead of stopping the puck with the outside of the pad, he traps it underneath the goal pad.
Yeah, again, it seems like Calgary's always coming down the side, Brad. Not much for the goalie to worry about, although that one almost snuck in. But Calgary doing a lot of good things right in their own zone, chipping the puck out, odd man rush once again. Again, Moose Jaw's doing a good job of when they're out of, a little bit out of position, they make sure they get to the danger spots and keep Calgary on the outside. Very good job by them so far in this game that way.
Yeah, well coached Mark O'Leary, his fourth season as the head coach of the Moose Jaw Warriors. Protect the prime real estate, and the Warriors have done that. Off the draw, the puck behind the Moose Jaw net up the right side. They've got Finley breaking to center ice up the right wing, but looking left, but the pass went right. No good for the intended receiver. That was Ward. Hitman bring it back in. Valiant 2-on-1. Across Adazinski shot. Scores! David Adazinski finds the roof, and Calgary finds the lead. It's 2-1 Hitman.
Like we just talked about, the scoring chances are going to continue to be there. That looked like a harmless rush to the neutral zone. All of a sudden, it's a 2-on-1, and all of a sudden, the pass gets through. Valiant on the tape of Adazinski. Goalie had to move from his right side to his left side, and the puck goes where he was coming from, far side, stick side. Beautiful goal by Adazinski. He's got 6 on the year, and Calgary leads by 1.
Their second goal comes on their 25th shot of the night. David Adazinski all smiles on that Calgary bench as Adazinski's goal gives him now 18 points in 37 games.
6th of the year, scored by number 17, David Adazinski. Assist to number 34, Chase Valiant, and to number 39, Rylan Ing. Time of the goal, 5 minutes, 41 seconds. Adazinski, 6th of the year from Valiant and Ing at 5:41.
Warriors in their own zone trying to get the puck out. Here's Hughes at center. He'll flip it by LaPlante deep to the end boards. Pasarchuk hustling back. Hughes a body on him. Dug out by Warriors. There's a shot. Thorpe stoned in tight by Miller. Good scoring chance for the Warriors. Thorpe on the doorstep, but thwarted by the pads of Miller. Puck now in the Moose Jaw zone. Hitman Tulk brings it off the wall. Off the right circle. Pass to the doorstep and taken down is Gorzinski. Hitman looking for a penalty. There isn't one. Kindle then stoned in tight by Hutchison. Puck in the corner. Gorzinski still can't get up. He's being mauled around as the play continues. Tulk threw it at the net. It's blocked, and the Warriors Ziprick will haul it away. Gorzinski looking like the human snowman as he goes to the bench, covered over there. Puck in the neutral zone. Kosick trying to bring it over the line. Looks like offside as he backed his way in, and it's called against Calgary. So a spirited second period. Just one goal in the first. It's opened up here in the second. Calgary's got the lead again. It's 2-1. Hitmen on your home of Hitman hockey. This is Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
It keeps you up at...
You're clear.
Do sleep. It's the first thing that pops into your head when you wake up. That lingering and growing debt. But you don't have to live like this. Allen Marshall and Associates are government-regulated, licensed insolvency trustees who can help provide solutions to your debt problems. Depending on the circumstances, they can relieve up to 25, 50, 75% or more of your debt. Allen Marshall and Associates. Visit wecanhelp.ca to find an office near you.
Every great day starts with the Rose Report.
Oh, hi, friends. It's Matty Rose. Join us 6:30 every weekday morning for a full recap on all of last night's highlights, lowlights. We'll get you caught up, and we'll try to have a laugh along the way.
It's the Rose Report, brought to you by Motorworks. If you own a BMW, choose Motorworks for service and repairs. They'll gladly match and then beat any competitor's price by 10% on 51st Ave and 3rd Street Southeast. Now, back to Brad Curl and Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Ziprick tied it for Moose Jaw, then Adazinski the go-ahead goal. Calgary's won 8 straight games at the Saddledome, Brad. The longest winning streak on home ice this year. Tri-City had 10 in a row. Saskatoon had 9 in a row, so Calgary, 3rd longest home winning streak in the WHL. During that stoppage, a lot of yelling from the Calgary bench, not happy that maybe 2, if not 3 penalties weren't called by the Warriors in their own zone.
Hitmen yet to get a chance with a man advantage tonight. Moose Jaw 1 for 1 on theirs. They had tied the game with that power play goal earlier before Adazinski restored the advantage for the Hitmen. Puck inside the Moose Jaw zone. Now Heniak up the left wing, found a man, McKenzie. Tried to chip it in. It was blocked off. We'll get it back. Sherman now sends it in. Hurtig plays it in an open spot. Berg on the scene for Moose Jaw to the slot. Man there, but Parker broke it up. Not out of the zone. Paquette held it in. He's under pressure of Cossack, and he does a great job of blocking the puck out the center. Warriors dump it right back in, courtesy of Berg. Miller vacating the goal. Touches off to Caleb Parker. Center ice for Ethan Moore. Jammed up by Paquette. Waggles away from a checking Adazinski. Gives it to McKenzie. Right side now. Semenuk the shot. Glove save made by Anders Miller. Wearing jersey number 29, he holds on to that Hitman logoed puck in his left glove.
Yeah, the Axe is back. Axel Hurtig back from the World Juniors, played for Sweden. 4th place finish, however. He had 1 assist in that tournament, was a +2. Sweden's only won 1 gold medal in the World Juniors, I think, in the last 40-plus years. You remember where that happened?
Here in Calgary.
That's right. And a Hitman player was on the Sweden team, right?
Victor Rask.
There you go.
Yes, the World Junior Hockey Championship at Scotiabank Saddledome many years ago. Hitmen were on a road trip through BC at the time. They left Boxing Day, where everyone else was still rubbing their bellies after some turkey feast on Christmas Day. The Hitmen were on the bus up to Prince George getting ready for a long BC road trip.
I don't know if Calgary will ever host it again. You got the Wranglers, the Hitmen, and the Flames all needing ice time. For sure the Memorial Cup will not be played here because they cannot guarantee the building. You never know if the Flames are still playing when the Memorial Cup would be hosted. So that's one thing, but the World Juniors, maybe again another time.
Yeah, you never know. Also add in there the National Lacrosse League Roughnecks.
Yes.
Off the draw, the puck to the boards. It'll be Ziprick on it for Moose Jaw, trying to tie this hockey game. He got their first goal. Dishes off here. A shot from Miraz. Glove save made by Miller as the Calgary goaltender. Steady Eddie here.
Better second period by Moose Jaw. They had 6 shots in the first. They've had 6 already here in the second period, and we've only played about 8 minutes. So getting more shots through. Dangerous point shots as well. That's how they scored their 1 goal.
By the way, out of town, Medicine Hat has extended their lead to 5-1 over Prince Albert. Bryce Pickford, what a great offseason acquisition he was for the Tigers. Has his 17th goal of the season already tonight. Pickford leads all WHL defensemen in that category. Off the draw, Warriors have the puck again. Miraz tied up by Valiant. More in there as well for Calgary. Third Hitman is Williams. Digs the puck out of Pisarchuk. Bounce pass to Rylan Ing. Has an assist tonight. Jersey 39 into the zone. The shot wide of the Hutchison net. Pucking behind the Moose Jaw goal. Ellis to the right boards. It's taken back by Ing to Valiant to the line. Back on down. He's got Ethan Moore on the left wing half wall. Moore waggling into the high slot. Loads up. Shooting off the shot blocking defender. That hit matches. So the puck to center ice. Calgary on the reset. Pisarchuk at his own line. We skated 5 aside. Looking ahead of Valiant. Stopped on zone entry. Warriors take it away. Semenuk in his own end of the rink. Dancing through the crease at his own zone. He's pushed back by Moore. Now he races the puck to center ice. Right through the Flaming Sea. Into the Calgary zone. Works wide on Williams. The shot. Miller the pad save. Rebound to his right, but Ben Kindle will haul it away. And here he comes to center. On the left wing to Tulk. In over the line, but it's offside. As Dowhaniak jammed him up.
Well, Hurtig is back from the World Juniors. Tanner Howe, who played for Team Canada, and Sawyer Minio, who also played for Team Canada, expected to rejoin their WHL team, the Calgary Hitmen, this Friday when the Saskatoon Blades are in town. Brad Minio, it'll be his first game in a Calgary uniform, the former Seattle Thunderbird. Howe scored a hat trick the last time Moose Jaw was in this building on Teddy Bear Day back in December.
Yeah, hitting the 100 career goal mark to Tanner Howe, and when he comes back, he'll be hunting for some more milestones as Howe not that far away, 1 point shy of 250, 2 assists, shy of 150 in his WHL career. Pittsburgh Penguin prospect getting some much-deserved break time. He along with Sawyer Minio, but could be in the lineup as early as Friday when Calgary's next home game is. Here's Gorzinski to float one in. Kindle on the forecheck. Moose Jaw to it first. Lifted up, not out. LaPlante kept it in for Calgary, but it's taken back by the Warriors. On a left wing, Dowhaniuk, who's had a strong second period, will bring the puck up the ice for Moose Jaw into the Calgary zone. Lost it under pressure. Ora turns it in, and here comes Carson Burney streaking in with Wetch 2-on-1. Couldn't get the pass across, though. Good shield out there by Ness. Burney gets it back to the doorstep, off a defender. And the save made by Hutchison as his pass hit Ward, came back on the goalie. Now it's Tulka's shot on the chest. And the goaltender, Matthew Hutchison, holds on. You look at the shot clock, Jeff. Could be a game total for the Hitmen, but we're only halfway through this game. They've got 29.
Another odd man rush, 3-on-1, but when Burney picks up the puck, Ness is close enough to him that he can slide along the ice and slide toward him to take any pass and shot attempt away. Burney had no options.
Yeah, that's a great defensive play by the product of Sedgwick, Alberta. 18-year-old Brady Ness. Face off to the right of Matthew Hutchison. It's his second full season in the WHL, but the first time he's ever faced the Hitmen. He'll face Wetch here and made a save. Rebound, another save. This one off of Burney with a right pad. Oh, Matthew Hutchison has brought his A game tonight. He's been special. Calgary's beat him twice, trying to make it 3 on the rush now. Burney to the net, the save made by Hutchison. Rebound, Wetch. Couldn't get it through. Paquette to the corner. Calgary got it back. Wetch to the line. It is Parker spinning on a fake slap shot, looking for options. He'll roll it to the crease area. Burney off now to Vidston, tied up by the stick of Ellis. Looked like a hook from up here. They let it go, and McFadden will get the Warriors out of trouble. Up ahead to Thorpe, back to McFadden. Net drive, Paquette fired it over top of the goal. Looking top corner, nearly put it out of the rink. It went off the high glass, stays in play, and Vidston works the boards along with Burney for Calgary. And there's Hughes in there for Moose Jaw. Thorpe as well. Thorpe stepped out with it, but it's back into the crowd. Vidston up the wall. Burney will get it off the defense and out to center ice. 32 shots for Calgary, 13 for Moose Jaw. It's 2-1 Hitmen. Warriors coming in. Here's Hughes. Front of the net pass. Out of the reach of Sherman, who's off the bench and fresh. Trying to take advantage of a line change at the Calgary blue line. Warriors get all new bodies out there. Hitmen cannot change, but nobody's covering and playing defense for Moose Jaw. As the puck came up the boards, there was nobody there. So Calgary will take that to change 3 of the 5 on the rush. Warriors quickly transition back in. Berg can't reach the puck. Taken away by McCann behind the Calgary net. Drew a crowd, fed the wall. Warriors keep it in though. Sherman down to the corner now to Parker Berg. Forgot the puck. Hertig takes it away for Calgary. Ripped it off the boards. It ricocheted out the other side, and McCann will go up the wall to Valiant, who clears to center. He has Ethan Moore in the open ice. Bump from behind, but retained possession. His pass was blocked. He gets it again. Fed the corner, looking for Adazinski, but Schmidt is on the scene. He'll bounce off the check of Adazinski. Found Berg. He's jolted by Moore. Adazinski trying to pry it out. Lost it, but Valiant takes over to the slot. Poked away by Dowhaniuk. Loose puck, Berg. Moore's draped on him, but he found Dowhaniuk. Couldn't get it out. Valiant held it. Down to the corner. He's got Moore. High slot. Adazinski. The shot up on the glass as he ripped it over the left trapper hand of Hutchison. Behind the net. Valiant squash. Didn't have the puck. Shot at the line. Williams turned away by Hutchison. Kindle's got it back for Calgary. Now they change. Pin the Warriors back out there a long time. Hertig shot. He scores! A blue line blast from the big Swede. It's 3-1 Calgary.
Strong shift by Calgary in the Moose Jaw zone. They're actually changing on the go. Remember, their bench is near the Moose Jaw end of the rink. Had to be careful, not too many men on the ice. But there's the pass. Williams at the left blue line. Right side blue line. One-timer by Hertig. Goaltender comes across. Wasn't screened. That one surprisingly beats them. And Calgary with their biggest lead of the day. It's 3-1.
Hutchison trying to close the 5-hole, but he couldn't get the garage door down in time. It snuck through. And Axel Hertig, who waited a long time to get his first goal. Remember, he scored it against Moose Jaw in the Teddy Bear toss game December 1st. He's got his third.
Hey. Assist to number 2, Dax Williams, and to number 11, Ben Kindle. Time of the goal, 12 minutes, 2 seconds. Hertig, third of the year from Williams, and Kindle at 12:02.
I was thinking the same thing. Did Kindle get it through? Did Valiant touch it on his way to the bench?
Kindle gets credit. It's his 21st straight game on the point. Now he springs Tulk to the net shot. Scores! Oliver Tulk! Or the referee now says no. It looked like it went off the bar, went across the goal line, and was sitting in the net. The Hitmen believe it's in. The call on the ice is no goal.
That came out of the net and back behind the goaltender quick. But that looked like it hit the back crossbar, Brad. It came down. If it hit the red iron, it wouldn't have come out that way. I think that's a goal. It should be 4-1 Calgary.
Look on the replay. Oliver Tulk loads up, high shot. Camera angle was too tight on this one. Oh, definitely. Back bar. This is in as we bring in Ozama Linanji.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys missed it, but the buzzer did go in the building to bring the refs over. This is definitely a good goal.
Oliver Tulk has a 2-goal game, and it's 4-1 Calgary.
Yeah, they sprayed him on the breakaway. Calgary's had a plethora of odd man rushes. 3-on-1s, 3-on-2s. This one a 2-on-1. Tulk coming down the right side. No passing lane. It's him and the goaltender. He looks all the way. Top corner, stick side. Calgary 2 goals, 33 seconds apart. And a 1-goal game is now a 3-goal lead.
His second of the game, 19th of the season, scored by number 37, Oliver Tulk. Assist to number 11, Ben Kindle. Time of the goal, 12 minutes, 35 seconds. Tulk, his second of the game, 19th of the season from Kindle at 12:35.
So you wondered for a moment, would Kindle get a point tonight to break the franchise record for the longest point-scoring streak? Well, he's got 2, 33 seconds apart, and Ben Kindle now in the franchise record books. 21 straight games with at least a point.
Unbelievable.
Pavel Brendel had held that record since 98-99. Kindle tied it last game. Now he owns it himself, and this is the 30th anniversary season. 6:40 left on the clock here as Calgary works the puck in their own zone. It is Dax Williams. Bounce pass for Bernie. Jammed up there. Moose Jaw will hold it in. Landon Ward will play it down the glass, but he plays it into the seats. 6:32 on the clock. Hitmen have blown it open. It's now 4-1 Calgary. Outshooting Moose Jaw 36-13 on your home of Hitman hockey. This is Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Michael? Yes, Callum. We're selling a ton of...
Who got credit for that last one, guys?
Tulk.
Prices. Customers love it. Our natural diamonds are visibly better because of our incredibly high cutting standards.
I thought it hit the back bar, but then no one else reacted.
No.
I called it a goal anyway because then I thought it hit the bar and rolled in off the goalie because the way it kind of stuck up there for a second, like, you know when it hits the net and it's automatic redirection, it like disappeared for a second then came back.
The sound was different too.
Yeah, it was like a thud.
Yes.
Not a ping.
Cutting houses across Europe and Asia. That means we get first pick of all the freshly cut diamonds.
But no one else reacted like it was one, so as every second went on, I was doubting myself.
That's why we have visibly better diamonds.
Kindle the lone assist.
Yes, on that one.
People have been shopping for engagement rings and they come in to spend diamonds. Yes?
Tulk 2 points, Kindle 2 points. Right?
Get even bigger.
Yes.
They're both at 60 now.
Spitz.
They're even again.
Located across from Chinook Center.
Now, back to Brad Curl and Calgary Hitmen
I'll recap them.
Okay.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Well, if you left the radio or your YouTube or your CHL TV app for about 33 seconds, you missed a couple of goals. Hurtig is third from Williams and Kindle at 12:02. Tulk is second of the game, 19th of the year from Kindle at 12:35. And Calgary now leads 4-1. Moose Jaw like a boxer, rope-a-doping, Brad, taking punches, staying in there. There was a 2-1 game. There was chances maybe to tie it. Will this take the life out of them or not? It's 4-1 Calgary.
Yeah, the game breakers for the Hitmen have broken this one open. Calgary's got the puck. Carson Wetch now to bring it to center with Bernie and Williams. Wetch up the wing, the shot. Hutchison save. Rebound hauled away by Hughes. Good coverage there by the winger to get back and get that puck. Now it's McFadden out to center ice for Moose Jaw. Has the aforementioned Hughes. He'll give it to Semenuk, trying to dance his way in. Thorpe with him, taken away by Vidston, looking for Wetch. Off his glove to his stick, so they play on, and Wetch will navigate the Warrior line. He slammed to the boards, got the puck back, left it at the line for McCann, who had 3 shots to lead all Hitmen in the first period. As Cale McCann makes his WHL debut tonight as a 15-year-old. Can't play full-time, but the experience he's getting today is priceless. Puck inside the Moose Jaw zone. Bernie down to the half wall. He's got Vidston. Shoveled in behind the net. Wetch in pursuit. Warrior defense will get there first and reverse the puck around to Schmidt. Dauheniak gave it to him, but Valiant will buzz the tower. Schmidt trying to throw it behind the net. It hit the back of the net, but does find Dauheniak. Up the left side, McFadden, not out. Adazinski tried to shoot it, fanned on it. Thorpe will clear. At center ice, passing off to Hughes. Had to stop to go get it, wearing number 22. He'll slide the biscuit into the Calgary zone. Parker arrives on scene for the Hitmen. Now to Hertig, up the left wing. Valiant, who has a helper today. Middle of the rink to David Adazinski, who has scored in the second period. Forced back by the checking Parker Berg. Spots a man up the left side. It's Ethan Moore into the Moose Jaw zone. Guarded there by Paquette and had to back out to center. Gives the puck to Hertig, who fades into the Calgary zone. Up the left wing to Valiant. Did he get a piece with a stick? No, says the linesman. Icing charged against the home side.
One thing is Calgary's coming in waves, Brad, and whenever they get the puck through the neutral zone, it seems like the puck carrier all of a sudden has two options because his teammates are keeping pace. There's guys flying in. If we're going to dump it in, we've got two guys that are going to win the race. If we're going to skate it in, I've got options to pass for you to shoot or pass it back. They're really clicking on all cylinders here in this game against Moose Jaw.
Medicine Hat has a goal from Gavin McKenna. They now lead Prince Albert 6-1 in the second period. Elsewhere around the dub tonight, Saskatoon and Edmonton. It's 1-1 in the second. And Prince George at home to Vancouver. But the Giants, Maxime Maranoff and the Vancouver Giants lead it 1-0. Maranoff, by the way, does not have a goal. But the former Hitman, once traded to Wenatchee, is now a member of the Vancouver Giants.
Yeah, I didn't play for the Wild, I don't think.
No, he was still working on his immigration when he got moved to Vancouver. He could play in Canada. He's got those paperwork completed. As Parker Berg, the puck for Moose Jaw, looking to the slot. Couldn't get it free to a teammate. As open for a moment was McKenzie, but the puck cleared by Calgary. Tulk ahead too far for Gorzinski. Turned back, Warriors, Berg at center. Swinging by the checking Hertig. Got it to the backboards, but Parker beat him to it. Up the wall, Moose Jaw changing. It hit his skate. Could be too many men. Nobody calls it, and they play on. Generally, when you touch the puck, when there's 6 players on the ice, they blow it down. They let it fly. Mirage to bring it up for Moose Jaw. Looking to the slot. No good for Semenuk. Now Hitman is buried over. Kindle took a bit of a blindside hit. Moose Jaw doesn't like the call. It's going to go to Christoph Matchis. But Kindle had moved the puck, and Matchis came from the blind side, and those are hits they don't want to have for the most part.
Matchis, 20-year-old from Poland. Spent his career with the Portland the Prince Albert Raiders, and interference the call on there. Last time we saw Matches was right before Christmas. Prince Albert was here, and he had a bad leg going on. He could hardly skate. He's a good goal scorer, but he's in the penalty box. Calgary's first power play of the day. They're ranked 17th. Without Yakimchuk, what will the power play look like, Brad?
Yeah, Yakimchuk out week to week with a lower body injury. Oliver Tulk, Carson Wetch, Connor Vidston, Ben Kindle. They go with 4 forwards, 1 defenseman. That is Hunter Ora, who goes into prime-time power play quarterbacking mode. Off the draw, puck to the boards. It'll be Calgary on it. Working it high to Oliver Tulk in the right circle. The pass came across from Kindle, but Tulk is checked off by Dagenstein. He'll take off short-handed. Finley with him. Dauheniak as well. 3-on-2 shot defended by Ora as it deflected wide of the goal. Dauheniak had jumped up thinking a scoring chance as the Hitmen down by 3. Got to Moose Jaw down by 3. Got to take some chances. Calgary coming ahead with it. Kindle navigates the blue line, but in traffic, lost the handle. Dauheniak will slam it down the ice.
Yeah, not a good start for Calgary's power play. They'll switch it up here, everybody, but Ora will switch as Ora has to come back for the puck.
So the new forwards are Kosick along with Gorzinski. To join him out there is Bernie and Moore. Ora drops the puck off. Thinks about a change himself, and now will be replaced by Kalen Parker. In comes Gorzinski up the left side. Short side shot. That goes off the goalie stick and out of the rink. Play whistle down.
Moose Jaw's penalty kill, 3rd last in the WHL. Calgary's power play is only 17th, although it did score a goal the other day against Regina. Their first opportunity here today. Yes, you're missing Yakimchuk as an option on the left side, but just not the urgency to start. Good job by Moose Jaw. They're seeing Calgary a little lackadaisical, and they're stepping up the aggressiveness, winning puck battles, and getting out of there.
There are great power plays in the dub this year, though, Jeff. You mentioned Hitman at 17th. 17 teams have a power play percentage of 21% or better. 20% used to be the benchmark as a good power play. So the Killers have been scored upon more than they'd like to. Calgary trying to keep that trend going here as they've got the power play out. A Bernie back pass. Gorzinski let it go, but Parker thought Gorzinski was going to play it. Neither did. Calgary to bring it back in. Kosick dumps the puck in. Goaltender Hutchison up on the glass. It'll come around. Kosick jamming up along with Ethan Moore. Well, the Warriors take the puck away, then turn it over to Gorzinski. He's in the high slot, but shielded by Schmidt. Feeds it on down, half wall, Moore with it now. Back up top, Gorzinski off the left circle. Pass across, hit his skate, comes to Parker. His screen shot, hit a leg of Moore to the corner. Gorzinski gets it back to the line to Parker. Rolls on him, settles it, down Cossack. Right circle, up top, Parker. A drive! Hit a body and went wide. Warriors Ness a chance to clear. He'll drive it off of Cossack, but not out. Held it into Moore. High slot, down low pass to Bernie. Didn't get there. Ness, he protects the puck after he steals it, and he sends it down the ice.
Maybe one shot on net by Calgary. A couple other ones attempted, didn't get through.
Second unit of the power play looked oh so good, though. They were threatening Calgary to play up through center. Valiant can't take the pass. Ellis on the turnback. Warriors at full strength. And Hughes dumped in front of his own bench, and there'll be a penalty to Calgary there.
Yeah, the referee that was far away from the play is calling it tripping when the referee that was 10 feet away from it didn't. I just thought he pushed him down, Brad. I didn't see where the stick might have been. So it'll be Parker going off here for 2 minutes.
Kalen Parker does not agree with the call. Who are the officials working tonight?
Yeah, Tyler Moffat in his first year, Brody Sutter in his second year, Will Moswick as a linesman in his 6th year, Jason Nettinas in his 10th year, the other one. Yeah, you just gave him a push, Brad. To be a trip, your stick would have to get in the skates of the player. It was around the hip area, just gave him a shove down.
By the way, if you recognize that name, Brody Sutter, you go, he used to play in the WHL. You bet he did. Lethbridge Hurricanes, Saskatoon Blades, parts of 5 seasons in the WHL, or 4 for Brody Sutter, the product of Viking, Alberta. Great to see former players now wearing the bands. Here's a shot from Moose Jaw. Save made by Miller off of Sherman. In tight, Miller's lost his goal stick. Digging is Semina, couldn't find it. Ziprick a shot. Miller the save as he squares up to the shooter and catches it and holds on. Anders Miller.
Ziprick, who has their power play goal, gets it in the high slot. He sees the goalie without a stick. A little bit of traffic, but Miller came out and cut down the angle.
Moose Jaw kind of faded away from the front of the net. They backed off, and that took away the obstruction of the eyes of Miller. And when that shot from Ziprick came in, not only was it unscreened, but Miller's positioning perfect. Draw down. Moose Jaw wins it. Miraz on the power play here. 137 on the man advantage. Works the puck across to Ziprick. Back to Miraz. Side of the net play. Semenuk centered it. Couldn't find a teammate. Hurtig clear, but held in by Miraz. Now down the wall. He's got Semenuk in behind the net. Right corner now to Pavel McKenzie in those 10 goals. Hurtig has him locked up. Semenuk in to slide in to help out. Trying to dig it out. He's got 9 goals on the year. It's being just welded to the boards over there. We've got 6 players, 3 aside. Hitmen come out with it. Ethan Moore trying to play it ahead of Williams. Spots an opening between the defenders, and it's down the ice.
Important for Calgary to clear far away from their end of the rink. They're able to change here.
37-17 shots in favor of Calgary. Moose Jaw, you think of what they could have been had they kept their roster together this year. I think they'd be talking about playoff team, but they decided to unload, sell, build assets after buying last year. You think of all the names that have left this hockey club. Braden Yager, Kalen Parker, Connor Unger.
Kovacevic they just traded away.
Down the list. You can go keep on going. Wojtek Port. They had a really good team. Moose Jaw, though, electing to rebuild for the future. As Calgary's got the puck on a back pass from Moose Jaw that's turned over, and Carson Burney will slam it down the ice. 3 of those former Moose Jaw Warriors are now with the Lethbridge Hurricanes. As Yager, along with Unger and Port. So I don't know if Moose Jaw fans are now Hurricane fans, or are they cheerleading for Calgary's Kalen Parker, the former Warrior? I don't know. Maybe they don't want to cheer for anybody but Moose Jaw. I wouldn't hold that against them either. With 12 seconds to go here in the second period. Here's Paquette at center. Maybe they're cheering for all of them. As Matchis will bring in for Moose Jaw to Paquette. Looking to the slot, blocked by Dax Williams. A chance to clear. Oh, so patient behind the net. He'll put it to the corner. Good awareness. That'll eat the clock. So, after just a precarious 1-0 Calgary lead, Moose Jaw tied it early in the second, but then back to back, the Hitmen offense came to life.
Yeah, even when the game was 1-1, you can feel Calgary was going to get their chances. Was the goaltender going to be a brick wall back there the entire game? Would the Moose Jaw find a way to hang in there? They sure did, but too many odd man rushes for Moose Jaw to be giving up. Adazinski scores on one. Hurtig with good zone pressure gets another one, and then Talk on a 2-on-1 as well. So the scoring chances continue to be there for the Calgary Hitmen, and finally they turned the red light on more than once in that period.
Calgary Flames were expected to play tonight in Los Angeles, but our hearts and prayers go out to those in the Los Angeles area. Some devastating wildfires forcing the postponement of that game. As of last report, they had not announced a rescheduled date yet. The Kings will be in this building on Saturday. Hitmen next game will be on Friday. Also in this building as this 5-game homestand continues. Pregame this weekend. Friday, The Brandon Wheat Kings will be here, and then on Friday, Saskatoon is here.
Yep.
Sunday, Brandon is in town as the tour of the East Division coming through the Saddledome continues. Ozamali Nanji always watching on. He's dialed in. We heard him talk about the buzzer that went that we didn't hear. He doesn't miss a beat up here, and he's hosting Hitmen Hockey with an A+ variety tonight. What do you got for us?
For intermission number 2, we're going to check the scoring summary, check back in on those goals the Hitmen put in, and then we'll also continue our chat around the WHL trade deadline. Less than 24 hours to go. A couple of trades made today. We'll see how your guys' thoughts on that will be, and that's all coming up in the second intermission.
Love it. Calgary 4, Moose Jaw 1. Come back, won't you, on your home of Hitmen Hockey. This is Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Morning. You're good.
Good. How many ads do you need to kill?
I can't feel my toes.
Moose Jaw's power play is over, right?
We are a little bit behind here. If I could do like 2 minutes maybe.
Okay, we'll do 2 minutes here.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Plumbing and heating today. Get furnace upgrades like state-of-the-art Wi-Fi thermostats and indoor air quality solutions. Plus, Canyon Plumbing and Heating makes replacing your furnace easier with available
So I will
financing
do
options.
the
For more
David
info,
Adazinski
visit
goal
Canyon Plumbing.
and the Hertig goal.
Adazinski and Hertig?
Yep.
Sounds good.
It is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with a range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. In stock now with rates from 3.49%. Visit prairiehonda.ca for details.
Hey, HVAC and plumbing pros, got a project on the horizon? Choose Wolseley for your next job. Receive exceptional technical support and personalized customer service from local experts. Our knowledgeable associates are here to provide tailored solutions that keep your work running smoothly. With over 250,000 plumbing and HVAC products at a variety of locations for your convenience, we're ready to go. Visit WolseleyExpress.com to find a branch near you. Your project, our priority.
Hey, Paul Brandt here.
Okay, back after this one.
Okay, perfect.
Sounds of this great province. Whether it's the wind blowing down the Rockies, the rustling of grass across the prairie, or the sweet sound of a Ford Super Duty, it's all music to my ears. Speaking of Super Duty, with heavy-duty performance that's built for getting the job done right, it's no wonder this truck has Albertans singing its praises. The 2024 Ford Super Duty is available now at your Alberta Ford dealer. Just head on in today and tell them PB sent you.
This is Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Let's go.
After 40 minutes of play, the Hitmen out in front 4-1 over the Moose Jaw Warriors. Welcome back inside the Scotiabank Saddledome, high above the ice surface in the PWR radio broadcast booth. Colton, thank you back at the Groundworks downtown studios, making sure we all sound perfect and good over here. Let's get to the scoring summary right away. Back to period number 1, where it was Oliver Tolko opened the scoring 1 minute and 6 seconds in, thanks to his 18th, extending his point streak to 18 games from Brandon Gorzinski, and it was 1-0 following 20 minutes of play. Now to period number 2, where Hitmen take an early penalty, and it's Aiden Ziprick who gets his 8th of the season, gets it past a screen Miller to tie the game at 1 from Braden Schumer and Luke Moroz. That goal coming at 2:19. But then the Hitmen would go right back out in front just over 3 minutes later.
Bring it back in, Valiant 2-on-1, across Adazinski, shot, scores! David Adazinski finds the roof, and Calgary finds the lead. It's 2-1 Hitmen.
Calgary would restore the lead thanks to David Adazinski, his 6th of the season from Chase Valiant and Rylan Ing. A great play by Ing to get the puck for an odd-man rush, and David Adazinski makes no mistakes going top corner. Then we continue on to the back half of the period, and a guy coming fresh off of World Juniors helps create history here at the Dome.
Shot at the line, Williams turned away by Hutchison. Kindle's got it back for Calgary. Now they change. Pin the Warriors back out there a long time. Hertig shot. He scores! A blue line blast from the big Swede. It's 3-1 Calgary.
Axel Hertig back from the World Juniors gets his third of the season from Dax Williamson. Ben Kindle with that assist now stretches the point streak to 21 games. That is now the longest active streak in franchise history. Ben Kindle now writing his name in the history books, but Kindle would not be done there as he would spring his buddy Oliver Tulk in, and he goes bar down. This play would have to be reviewed because it hit the back bar so quickly and out, but it would count. Oliver Tulk's 19th of the season and second of the game from Ben Kindle at 12:35. Goals coming 33 seconds apart, and it's 4-1 Hitmen after 40 minutes of play. Shots on goal in that period, 18-11 in favor of the Calgary Hitmen. Overall in the game, 38-17 in favor of the Hitmen. Power play opportunities in that second period. Moose Jaw goes 1 for 2 on their power play opportunities. Hitmen 0 for 1 on their only opportunity. So a big opportunity here for the Hitmen to close this one out and get a big 2 points in the season, as they're going to be looking at the scoreboard as well, and so will we. 3 other games going on in the WHL. First, starting in Edmonton, it is a 2-1 lead over the Saskatoon Blades for the Edmonton Oil Kings. Out in Medicine Hat, it is 6-3 in favor of the Medicine Hat Tigers following 40 minutes of play. Gavin McKenna playing in his first game since coming back from the World Junior Championship. He scores to make it a 3-goal lead. Over out in Prince George, it is tied 1 apiece between the Prince George Cougars and the Vancouver Giants. Quickly to the NHL, 2 games have gone final. The Capitals outweight the Canucks in overtime. Pierre-Luc Dubois, his second of the game, gives the Washington Capitals a 2-1 victory in overtime. The Blackhawks take a 3-1 victory over the Colorado Avalanche. Connor Bedard gets his 11th for the third goal for the for the Chicago Blackhawks. The only game going on right now is the Panthers and the Utah Hockey Club. That game approaching the midway mark of the first period. It is 0-0, and the postponed game is the Flames and the Kings. So that is our out-of-town scoreboard. Don't forget, on Sunday, it is the Hitmen's 30th birthday, so don't forget to bring a non-perishable item as a gift as well. Bring your favorite Hitmen jersey of all the years. Don't want to miss it. The Brandon Wheat Kings will be in town for the 30th anniversary. The birthday bash goes on Sunday, January 12th, so you don't want to miss that. Now bringing back for our second half of the conversation of the WHL trade deadline that is less than 24 hours away. There has been some moves, including a big name, Andrew Christo, who was left off the Canada World Junior roster team. He has been traded to Spokane for a boatload of picks, including 2 first-rounders. That goes back to Kelowna. Gentlemen, Brad Curl and Jeff Hollick now joining me in the PMR Radio broadcast booth. What do we make of this deal now that the best scorer, I would say, this season is now moving on to a new team?
Oh, he's a stud. There's no question about it. How many players can say this? Okay, I'm in my 19-year-old season. I've got 60 points. My 18-year-old season, I had 111 points. My 17-year-old season, I had 95 points. And my 16-year-old season, I had 69 points. All Andrew Crystal has done since joining the WHL is terrorize goaltenders. And now you put him on the same line as Berkeley Catton, presumably in Spokane. And the Spokane Chiefs have become a legitimate threat in the Western Conference. I was so interested to see what would happen because Everett came thundering out of the gates. Would everybody go, okay, this is the year of the silver tips? No, we saw Victoria make some moves earlier leading up to this deadline. We saw Prince George tweak their roster, bringing in Reich, who's going to be a great addition. Alexei Chichkin, the former Calgary Hitman. We saw Vancouver solidify their goaltending, going out and getting Brady Smith. And then they added Maxime Maranoff, and now Spokane. It's definitely going to be a fun playoff series, but Crystal to Spokane really sends a message that the Chiefs aren't going anywhere.
That's the one team I was looking at that could be a dark horse in the Western Conference. They have the second best winning percentage in the West. To say a dark horse doesn't seem right, but no one's really talking about them. They got Brad Lauer, their head coach. He won a championship with Edmonton before going off to the NHL for a couple of years. Now he's back in the WHL. Remember, Spokane wanted to host the Memorial Cup next year. They feel they've got the roster that's going to continue into next year to be a dominant team, but they have a really, really good team this year. Really good goaltending. And Berkeley Catton, boy, he's a spectacular player. And him and Crystal, man, they're going to terrorize that Western Conference. Spokane is a team to watch.
all the talk is about the Eastern Conference and how tight it is. Saskatoon sitting at front with 48 points, and then you have Swift Current at 39 points. Only 9 points separate the top 8 teams. But then you go to the Western Conference. That doesn't take too many conversation because there's a lot more separation between the top 8 teams. Everett sitting at 61 points, and then Wenatchee sitting at 34 points. What do we make from the Western Conference? Is it going to be a more move situation, or are we going to see the top teams move on while the bottom teams continue to try and push and maybe add some pieces and still make some playoff pushes?
Well, it's definitely a different landscape over there, guys, where you see a team that is currently in a playoff spot right now, the Wenatchee Wild sell. Remember, they traded their number 1 goaltender, Daniel Hauser, to the Calgary Hitmen. So out here in the Eastern Conference, nobody in the top 8 in a playoff spot have been sellers right now. So it's a different landscape over there. It's also different record-wise over there, where all 8 teams in the Eastern Conference standings are either 2 games better than 500 or above. Where in the Western Conference, Wenatchee, who holds that final spot, are 3 games under 500. So it's definitely one to watch out there. I still think the Portland Winterhawks have a very good roster. They've got one of the best scorers in the league, and I thought maybe they might be interested in doing some things, but we haven't seen anything out of Portland yet. Of course, the name I allude to with the Winterhawks right now is Kyle Chizowski, who leads the WHL in points coming into tonight.
How about the Tri-City Americans? They're in 6th place in the Western Conference. Earlier this year, they had a 12-game winning streak. They're a team that were scoring 7-8 goals a game, it seemed like, and they've dropped to 6th place. But, Portland's been moving up and down. Victoria, second-best team in the BC division behind Prince George. So it just seems like you have the top 6 out there that it's hard to predict. Everett's been running away with everything. They have the best goals against. They have the best goals per game, shots per game, shots against per game. But they don't have that big-name superstar where you just go, wow, this is they're led by this player. DuPont, the 15-year-old, is leading the league in rookie scoring. He's a big name, but they're just a well-balanced hockey club. Steve Hamilton, the former Hitman coach, the coach down there as well. They're going to be a team that I'm surprised that hasn't made a trade. I'm not sure what they need out there. Brad saw them in person, but they seem really solid. They always work hard, and do they have what it takes come playoff time? Nobody knows, obviously, but that's a hockey club that's been number 1 since day 1 this year. But are teams thinking they're unbeatable, or is there some holes in the armor? Yeah.
We'll see. You look at the Everett Silvertips, and they've been kind of handed a great situation where teams often in the WHL have a window. Their window may be wider than anybody because, remember, Landon DuPont is there as a 15-year-old phenom. So it's not as though they're up against the clock where they're going to lose a terrific number of players next year. Carter Bear is having a sensational year as well, and he's going to be back, as we know, moving forward. So there's a lot of returnees. I think Everett would like to have success. Every team would, but you got to kind of balance a little bit of now and then. And if you are number 1, I guess you're assessing right now if the Silvertips going, okay, we were here, now all these moves, are we still up here in the penthouse, or are we to believe that some of these other teams have closed the gap and just now put pressure on the Silvertips to go out and do something?
Well, Silvertips were a team a couple of years ago that was middle of the pack, and they went and traded away Owen Zellweger
and Hofer
and Ryan Hofer, the forward, the 20-year-old, 2 Kamloops who were hosting the Memorial Cup and got a ton of first-rounders. In fact, when Kamloops finished last overall last year, that first overall pick went to Everett. That's how they got DuPont. So not that they were in a major rebuild, but Everett was a team that went, you know what? We've got a couple of guys that can bring us a big haul, and all of a sudden, a year or 2 later, they have the best record in the WHL. It can happen that quick if you get the right pieces fitting in. And again, Everett's made the playoffs every year since they've been in the WHL, and that streak will continue this year.
With the trade deadline at 6 p.m. tomorrow, a couple of teams that are dealing with injuries. I look at the Medicine Hat Tigers. Andrew Basha is out indefinitely right now as they need more information on his injury that he's dealing with. Are we expecting a little bit more of a noisy end to it, or are we going to see more like the little upgrades on the depth line, or will there be one team that's going to make a huge splash? Obviously not too many names left on the trade block, but maybe there's 1 or 2, or is it just going to be depth? What do you guys see?
It's a great question. I think the big fish have already swam down the river, and now you're out looking at the smaller fish. I don't want to say minnows because I think this is really the time of year now where you can find the diamonds in the rough. I think back to the Calgary Hitmen, and when Kelly Kissel, the general manager, went out and made this trade with the Kootenay Ice, we're going to bring in this player by the name of Chris Foucault. He wasn't even on the ice roster. He was playing Tier 2 hockey and then he comes in and he's the Eastern Conference MVP. The big prices have been paid. Now you're looking for those guys. Well, Jeff Hollick is a really good player, but he's not getting the fit. We think the situation he's in, there's more to be in his game if we can get him into our program. So I think right now there's a lot of that going, okay, what do we need and what could we find out there where we don't have to pay a big price? Because a lot of draft capital has already moved. Nobody wants to spend it all. You can't. This is how the league is built. You build through the draft.
Well, you have the elite teams that have made a lot of trades. You have the teams that feel they're going to miss the playoffs. They've been building for the future. But again, those middle-of-the-pack teams, I'm just going to see what's going to happen. Because some of these teams really got to make the playoffs. Small market teams like Swift Current, Prince Albert, even if they only have 2 or 3 home playoff games, that's a lot of money that they get in a playoff series. So you have some of the owners, some of the general managers, some of the coaches, they don't want to give up just because we didn't make the trade for Caden Price or Andrew Crystal or Tanner Howell. Just because our team doesn't have that, we still want to do the best we can. Don't trade away my guys. Maybe add a player or two. So it'll be interesting to see if there's a team out there that surprises everybody, that changes their mind going, you know what, let's build for the future right now, and they surprise everybody. But I just don't see it, though.
The budget is a big thing, too, because a playoff date and home revenue, it's crucial. You know, attendance isn't booming around the league. Times are tough in the economy right now. We've all been hit with inflation. Groceries cost more. Everything costs more. And, you know, we've seen the attendance kind of soften a little bit around the league. So those playoff dates are huge for everybody.
We'll see how all things play out. Thank you, gentlemen. Before we hand it back to you for period number 3, Wednesday night in the dub continues. Third period around the corner. Tulk's got 2. David Azinski and Hertig also tallying for the Hitmen. Ziprik's got the only one for the Moose Jaw Warriors. Third period around the corner. Brad Curl and Jeff Hollick have the call for you next. This is Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
You're clear.
Yeah, just 30 here.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Give me an L. L. Give me a Y. Y. Give me a B. B. What's that spell? Polly B. Where do we want it?
As far away as possible.
Not in my house.
Who would want that?
If you have gray pipes in your home, it could be Poly B, which is prone to leaks and bursts. Canyon Plumbing and Heating specializes in Poly B removal and replacement. Call them for a free site assessment and accurate quote for your project. Learn more at canyonplumbing.com.
Now, back to Brad Curl and Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Alongside Jeff Hollick, we head to the third period where Calgary looks like trying to keep pace out of town. You've got the Medicine Hat Tigers presently leading Prince Albert. Calgary currently tied with the Tigers for top spot of the conference. Top spot in the division. 2 points back of the conference, leading Saskatoon Blades. Blades, however, Jeff, are trailing 2-1 to Edmonton.
Yeah, well, it's amazing that Brad Curl's got his computer working right now, because he usually doesn't check the out-of-town scoreboard this many times during a broadcast. But you're gung-ho for the last 2 months of the regular season. You're just as excited as anybody to watch what's going to happen. This is great.
I finally figured out how I can leave my screen on and it doesn't turn off when I look away. That's why I hate computers, because they always turn off. You turn around going, I'm going to read the out-of-town scores, and it's a dark screen.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
So we need an assistant up here.
Why does it say you have 3,000 emails you haven't checked? Is that?
That's the half of it. Just don't read them. Just let them go.
Yeah,
let them pile up in the box.
I can't handle that.
No one sends me emails. It's nice. I like the quiet times. We're underway here in the third period. Calgary up 4-1. The referee, well, he's surrounded by emails and players over there. He's in the corner. Calgary to the line. A shot taken. Save made by Hutchison on that point effort from Parker. Hertig now off the left circle. Down low. Has Wetch. Steps out. Dormout. Here's a chance for Bernie. Couldn't get it through. Now the Moose Jaw Warriors bend, but don't break. Going to come out through center ice. Sherman on the right side. Remember, Calgary had 51 shots on goal last time they met back in December, and they get 41 so far tonight. Moose Jaw Warriors, the defending WHL champions, but a much, much different looking roster this year. They are in rebuild mode as Schmidt comes through center ice. Got his way to the Calgary bench area, ran into his own teammate Sherman, then banked it off the linesman, and the puck goes to Calgary. Pisarchuk, center pass. He's got more in over Moose Jaw's blue line. Jam the brakes on the left half wall, looking for options. Everybody covered, and the puck taken away by the Warriors. Flip to center ice, looking for it over there. Well, they got a man now. Matches up the left side. Miraz, the shot high on the glove hand side of Miller. Knocked over his Pisarchuk in front. Looks to the referee for the corner. Says, where's the penalty call? There isn't one. Well, we play on. Warriors of the blue line can't keep the puck in, and they'll reset. Matches for Schmidt. Back up the right side, Matches will chip it in. Wyatt Pisarchuk on his horse, scampering back to with the puck. Left it on the wall, but Warriors. Matches took it to the line to Schmidt. On down to the half wall. Here's Matches into the slot for Miraz. Taken away by Aura to Kindle, now to Valiant. Back to Kindle. Hitman moving the puck around, and Kindle will fade it back into his own zone. We've seen him do a lot this year. If he's got no play, he'll reverse for the defense, and he's got Pisarchuk at center ice. Wires it in. Hutchison out of the net, can't stop it. Kindle's on the scene. Banking into a defenseman. Loose puck goes to Oliver Tulk. 2-goal night for number 37. He's got it below the goal line. Slipped it off to Gorzinski. Works the right half wall. Looking to the point. It got blocked, and now he got muscled off the puck. It's pushed out by Ward. Calgary wants to bring it back in. McCann, left side of the ice to Kindle. Back now to McCann in his WHL debut. What a play ahead to Gorzinski. To the wing now to Kindle. Dropped it off. Here's Tulk. Took a bit of a slash from Finley. Slipped the puck back. He's got Kindle. Right side of the ice. McCann walks in the shot. Over the right shoulder of Hutchison up on the glass. And it's all the way back down into the Calgary zone. Very noticeable performance tonight for Cale McCann in his WHL debut. Calgary the puck. Here comes Tulk at center. He'll wire one in. Hutchison says, the defense, it's your job. Weird bounce on the boards. Goes to Calgary. It will be Ing, who tries to start the cycle down to Cossack. Interrupted by Ness, who pokes the puck by Ing, but now has to deal with Valiant, who hounded him off of it. Ness got it back. Pitchforks it around Ziprick up the right side. Turned back by Finley and brought ahead through neutral ice by the Warriors' Degens team. Lifting the puck into the Calgary zone, working against LaPlante, who ties him up. The puck is free. And on the scene now is Axel Hertig, stepping out on the left wing. Hertig back from his performance with Sweden at the World Juniors, ahead of Valiant. He'll go wide on Ness, shoveling the puck in behind the net. Ziprick takes over for Moose Jaw. A reversal now to a wide open Ness. Calgary changing. We're 3 minutes and 9 seconds into the third period. It's 4-1 Hitmen. They've got the last 3 goals of the game to break the 1-1 tie. Shoot in here from Hughes. Miller out of the net. He'll give it to LaPlante. Up the right boards. Chance to clear for Wetch. Dealing one back to Vidston. Great stab at it to get it to center to Bernie, and now they're on the move. Bernie in over the blue line. His shot towards the goal. Turned away by Hutchison. Bernie gets the rebound back. Operates in the right corner, fed the blue line to Caleb Parker. Walks it up top. The wrist shot is wide. Rebound short side, Wedge to the doorstep. Slam wide by Bernie. Gets the puck off the backboards to the line to Parker. It's rolling on him, so he'll cycle it back down behind the net. He's got Wedge out on the left wing circle now. To the blue line to Aura. Wrist shot, grabbed by Hutchison as the Warriors goaltender makes save number 39.
Well, McCann pretty noticeable in a lot of positive waves here in this game today, Brad. The second-round pick, a defenseman. Special night for the McCanns. The older brother has got 2 goals for the Tigers in their game against Prince Albert, and there's the younger guy with his WHL debut. He plays down in the Southern Alberta team in Medicine Hat area with the CSSHL. 13 points in 21 games. Last year he had 36 points in 29 games. You can see the offense. He's smart without the puck. He gets to the right place. Not afraid to shoot the puck either.
No, not at all. And he's been fun to watch in his WHL debut. Doesn't have the jitterbugs at all. Calgary's got the puck. Parker to the blue line. Moore across. Here's Aura. No shot. Pedals it in behind the net. Anazinski on the scene for the Hitmen. Trying to turn one back. Now Haniak has him tied up. Moore takes over for Calgary. To the blue line. He's got Aura with it. Down the half wall. Ing let it slide to Hitman teammate Moore. Try to center. Hit the back of the net with it. Had Adazinski in front, had it got there. Moore, another pass off the Warrior stick. It'll be bounced up near the blue line. Berg bulldozing his way ahead. Along with Sherman and McKenzie, you could put a hula hoop around those 3. They back it up for the defense and separate as Dowheniak takes command. Over to Schmidt. Out the right side is center now to Parker Berg. Lays it down the board. Sherman arrives for Moose Jaw. 20-year-old looking to make a play. But he's being shadowed by Kindle. Slipped it off to Schmidt. His shot hit Aura. To the corner it goes. Sherman back on it for Moose Jaw. To the high slide. Out of the reach of McKenzie. And out of the zone it goes. As Moose Jaw will reset. Nolan Paquette out to Calgary. Has the puck at center ice. Paquette long shoot in. Scooped up by Miller. He'll throw it aside for Hunter Aura. 17-year-old defenseman to center ice. Looking for a teammate. Brandon Gorzinski turning back against the grain. Delivers the puck into the hands of Aura. Up the left side to Kindle. Did he get a piece? Linesman says no. Icing called against the hometown Hitmen. Game 2 of a 5-game homestand.
Pavel Brendel's record book has been rewritten here today, Brad. He had the record for the Calgary Hitmen, longest point streak of 20 games in a row. Well, you got Kindle up to 21, and look out, Tulk extending his point streak to 18 games, Brad. He could get right up there with points against Saskatoon and Brandon on the weekend to tie Brendel. What a career Pavel Brendel had. We'll get those stats for you in a sec.
Could you imagine that 2 Hitmen would break Brendel's record in the same season when it stood since the 90s? That's almost unthinkable. But like peanut butter and jelly, Kindle and Tulk have gone together oh so well together in this run as the Hitmen have the puck. Tulk at center ice looking for Chase Valiant. He'll knee one into the Moose Jaw zone. Paquette for his defense partner, and now at center ice is Matches. Christoph Matches with a shoot-in, taken back by Calgary's Pasarchuk. Glass and out. Paquette wants to dump it in, does so. Mraz have to tag out and clear. Pasarchuk to center to Kosick. He got a piece of this one. No icing called. And Warrior goaltender Hutchison to play it for the defense. Paquette played a lot tonight. Left wing corner has a wide open Ellis up the left side into center ice. Warriors on the move. Here's Hansen. Flipped it down to Finley. Williams stapling him to the boards. Ward trying to get in there. But the puck goes to Calgary's Ing. He'll chip it by Degenstein, but too far ahead. Ness takes it back. Bumps it on the wall, looking for Ward at center. Slashing onto the stick of Vidston. Ward now deals the puck back for the trailing Degenstein. Into the Calgary zone. He scoots by Williams. Degenstein, drop pass, left circle. Finley the shot. Blocked by Pasarchuk. Finley gets it back, then he's jolted by Pasarchuk. The shot coming through. Miller made the save, and now Vidston stretch pass has Wetch. One-on-one against Ness. Shoulder down, drove the net, couldn't get the shot. He'll peel off to the corner, now center! And Vidston can't reel it in. Degenstein back, takes over. On the right wing board, shoveled it on the glass to Finley, missed it. It's Hertig for Calgary. Right side of the ice, McCann. The shoot-in goes off of Vidston as Ward tried to check McCann right into the bench. Hertig comes over and says, oh, no, you don't. He's going to drop the gloves, and now he grabs onto Ward and starts throwing rights. Axel Hertig is unloading on Landon Ward. Ward trying to get loose. Hertig all fired up. Boom, boom, boom. There goes the helmet down of Ward. Ward trying to get some rights in himself here as now Ward falls. Ward tried to bully McCann into the Warriors' box, and Axel Hertig calling on the crowd to say, this is our house.
Well, Landon Ward's one of the bigger players on the Moose Jaw Warriors, 6'3", about 215 pounds at least, and going after the youngest player out there. So Hertig, the policeman, comes over. Hertig, who scored his first ever WHL goal against Moose Jaw on Teddy Bear Day, gets involved in a fight here the second time around.
That was a long scrap. Timeout down at ice level. 13-19 to go in the third. It's Calgary by 3 on your home of Hitman Hockey, Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Shane Holmes Duplex.
You're clear.
Thank you.
With the affordability of a shared wall.
Jeff's tied himself up with his mic cord over
You'll
here.
never know your neighbor cheers for the rival team. Shane Holmes, keeping peace between neighbors all hockey season long. With 5 communities to choose from throughout Calgary, Airdrie, and Chestermere, your new home is waiting to be built. Learn more at shanehomes.com. Shane Holmes, the better way to build.
It's always beautiful outside with Green Drop. Hi, I'm Peter Marr.
Thank you.
Calgary owned and operated since 1980, Green Drop knows what it takes to maintain a green, weed-free lawn in our unique climate. Green Drop's friendly, knowledgeable greenskeepers will help you create a space where friends and family can get together and enjoy the outside year-round. With Green Drop, the convenience and results are unmatched. 3 lawn care packages are available. Choose the perfect one for you. Visit greendrop.com.
Kosick will serve it.
Yeah.
Now, back to Brad Curl and Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Calgary's going to be shorthanded as I believe Hertig will get the extra minor in that altercation. Moose Jaw's power play 1 for 2.
Noah Kosick will serve the extra 2. As the Warrior man advantage has a goal from Ziprick tonight, but Calgary gets the draw and down the ice it goes. Adazinski the face-off win. Kalen Parker sends it down, and now Parker tapping the legs of one of the Warriors of the neutral zone. That's Pavel McKenzie saying, hello, buddy. As Moose Jaw comes up to center ice. Here is the aforementioned McKenzie down to the corner, trying to find a teammate. Parker, a body check over there. On Mraz, the puck will come to the blue line. Ziprick holds it in across the ice to the right side now. It's Semenuk down to the right wing corner. Semenuk trying to slide away from Parker, put the body on him. Loose puck to Calgary. Ethan Moore, zing, down she goes. Right to the goaltender, Hutchison. Wants to play it up, quick pass to center. Has Sherman on a Calgary line change. Hitman now back defensively as Sherman peels to the boards. Works it back to the defense. Ziprick across the ice. Has a man, but the pass from Mraz returned is intercepted and stabbed out by Carson Burney. Burney finding himself on the penalty-killing brigade already with Calgary since coming over in that trade on the weekend from Red Deer. Forced the puck to move quickly, and Wetch intercepts, and down it goes. Job done.
Only a minute left on this power play. Moose Jaw yet to try a shot.
Here they come now, led by Paquette up the left wing side, streaking up through center to the Calgary line. It was Dowhaniuk, but he threw the play offside on a pass to his left. Saskatoon Blades, Jeff, will be here on Friday night. The Blades, many asking me, my phone was blowing up this week from people going, what is Saskatoon doing? They're number 1 in the conference. Why are they selling? Out goes Lazowski. Out goes Mollendijk. Out goes Reich. Well, they spent a lot, and they're trying to replenish those draft assets.
Yeah, they're looking down the road when they don't have a lot of draft picks. And they just don't want to make, we want to make sure that they have those kind of picks down the road, because you don't want to go through 2-3 years of not getting high and elite players. All of a sudden, you're in a 5-year rebuild.
Yeah, the WHL teams are built through the draft. There's no question about it. You'll tweak through, some findings of free agents that no one else has on their roster that you'll sign to or you'll make a trade, or the import draft will bring some players in for you. But the thrust of your roster is through the WHL prospects draft. Warriors coming in here. Shot from Paquette. Block. Goes to left wing boards. They'll get it back. Paquette again at the line. Over to Dowhaniuk. His pass cross. Knocked out of the zone by Moore. He'll take off shorthanded. Dowhaniuk is back. Trying to force him wide. Moore cuts by him. Shot to the net. Is wide on the glove hand side of Hutchison, who had backed into his cage. The far side was open, but Moore couldn't hit it. We'll go for a change. And there goes the penalty. It's over. Calgary up to full strength. Adazinski with a shot. It's off the stick of Dowhaniuk, who then finishes the body check on David Adazinski. Adazinski didn't like that. But
one of the surprising stats, Calgary only has one shorthanded goal this year. That was by Kindle. Finishing our thoughts in Saskatoon, the counter argument is you're in first place. What if you added a couple players and had a long playoff run? Maybe, win a championship.
We'll give you our first-round pick from 2062.
Yes.
Trades like that do not happen in the WHL. The Ontario League generally trades a lot further out, but their draft is tighter.
Yes.
They draft players a year older, and when you draft them, you put them in your lineup next year. I thought the WHL would make that move when COVID hit and they had lost that year. I know some had vouched for it, wanted it to happen, but it just hasn't. They still draft 15-year-olds who have to sit and wait a year before they're added to the WHL scene, which makes that rebuild even longer. If you've got a first overall pick, you got to wait 2 years to get them into your roster. Maybe that move will come one day, but for now, the WHL content to draft a year younger than the OHL. Hitman with a steal here. Kindle's got a partial break up the right side to Tulk. 2-goal night, looking for the hat trick. Scores! There it is! A 3-goal night for number 37, Oliver Tulk. And it's 5-1 Calgary.
After a successful penalty kill, Calgary creates a turnover in the neutral zone, and boy, have they had this game going today. Neutral zone, odd man rushes. Kindle hands it off to Tulk, who has the third hat trick by a Calgary player this year, and the second one against the Moose Jaw Warriors. Tanner Howe did it in December. Oliver Tulk's now got 20 on the year. Kindle has 3 apples in the game.
And the other hat trick this year, authored by Ben Kindle, who had the hat trick overtime win in Saskatoon on Calgary's last stop in the Bridge City.
Goal, his third of the game, 20th of the season, scored by number 37, Oliver Tulk. Assist to number 11, Ben Kindle. Time of the goal, 9 minutes, 23 seconds. Tulk, third of the game, 20th of the season, from Kindle at 9:23.
Moose Jaw coming to the attack. Here's Thorpe, left circle pass, back door, and it's off a stick and just wide. McFadden had gone to the net, but he couldn't locate the puck. By the way, no hats tossed on the ice on that hat trick goal. It's warmed up considerably in Calgary, so a lot of people will put their toques away. They're enjoying this.
No, I see hats out there, Brad. I'm seeing hats.
They're just not on the ice.
No, they're not on the ice.
They're still on the heads of those who wore them. The puck inside.
They got them for Christmas. They're not giving those up right now.
That's true, and the person that bought them that hat is probably sitting beside them right now. You just threw my Christmas gift on the ice. There's a long pass up from Dowhaniuk, and icing is called, but a beautiful day today. It wasn't like 9 degrees in Calgary.
Really? That warm, eh?
Well, in the south it was. I don't know about where you live.
Well, it was about +2, +3 today.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Brought my daughter to the game. She's got a Ferrari hat, but she's not throwing it on the ice, right? Ferrari stays. She's ignoring me.
I thought you were going to say you're going to throw your daughter on the ice.
No.
Like, what's going on over here? Be a grand entrance? I thought you were also going to say she has a Ferrari there for a second, but you added the word hat afterwards.
Yes.
Here comes
That's
Moose
my
Jaw.
budget.
A hat, not the car. I
Yes.
get it. That's everybody's budget.
I get you a key, but it doesn't go to anything.
Here's a puck in the Calgary zone. Dax Williams in possession with 9.5 to go in the third. 46-17, shots Calgary. dumped down the ice, and Moose Jaw to arrive on the scene. Ziprick out from behind his own goal. He'll motor his way up, pass on the left wing side into the feet of the intended receiver over there, but now located and pushed up by Pavel McKenzie. Taken back by Caleb Parker of Calgary around the wall. Cossack cross-check down by Ziprick, who holds the puck in. Got it to McKenzie behind the net. McKenzie to the slot. Here's Berg. Good shot blocked by Ethan Moore. Up by 4 goals in the third. Hitman still blocking shots. Now a bank shot from the outside from Sherman hits the outside mesh. Goes to the Hitman defenseman Williams. He'll deal it off, and it's Chase Valiant on the scene. Up the left wing side to Cossack. Ness jumping in on him. The puck to center. Check from behind is Moore, but he put his hands out before he was launched into the glass by Ziprick. Moose Jaw back on the puck. They'll bring it up. Here comes Parker Berg wearing jersey 37. One arms it into the Calgary zone where the Hitmen take it over. It's David Adezinski in possession. Up the left side, he's got Carson Burney. He'll leg it out against Paquette. Paquette and Burney lock each other up. Ing arrives for Calgary. The pride of Lethbridge goes side of the net. It'll find Burney. Turn shot. Saved made by Hutchison. Rebound, Moose Jaw. Glass and out. Best defenseman friend, the window. Paquette up ahead of Matches. Stopped in the Calgary zone. Hitman turn it back. Led by David Adezinski. Long shooting. Bounding wide of the Moose Jaw net. On the pride of Coquitlam, British Columbia, Adezinski, one of the Calgary goal scorers. Here's McCann, long shot from center, handled by Hutchison. 7.5 to go in the third. Moose Jaw down 5-1. This will cap up their Alberta road trip. They lost in Lethbridge last night. Shooting down to the Calgary net off the backboards is covered by Miller for a stoppage.
Well, as we talked right before the game started, Brad, I thought the key for Calgary is taking care of business. 2 games against Regina and Moose Jaw here, who are way lower in the standings than Calgary this season. You can't take them lightly. No wins are guaranteed. Take care of business. They sure have here to Brad. 48 shots on goal. They've got 5 in net. Only 1 power play in the evening as well. These are hard games to play sometimes. You know, when you're playing Medicine Hat, you're looking, when is McKenna out there? When is Basha out there? Or against Lethbridge, you're looking for you're always matching up. Here, these games against Moose Jaw and Regina, they're not those kind of teams this year.
No, both in rebuilding mode. Is Calgary able to block a couple of shots, bring the puck up? Tulk looking for a 4-goal night, but Paquette took the puck away. Up the left wing boards it goes, and now Miraz to center. Right side of Christoph Matches. Swam the check of Ora, trying to get to the puck, but overcomes McCann to help out Ora and get it to the right wing corner. He'll go up the boards with it. Kept in by Moose Jaw. Semenuk now will pass down low, but the referee out at center calls a hooking penalty, and this one, I believe, will go to Moose Jaw.
Yeah, it was on the forecheck. I think Matches will get his second minor penalty of the game. The only player in the WHL from Poland will put Calgary on the man advantage with 7:20 to go in this third period.
Is this the second power play of the game for Calgary?
Yes, yeah. That's all I have.
We'll start the second unit. Moore out with Burney and Cossack. Gorzinski and Parker as well as Brandon Gorzinski will play the point along with Caleb Parker. Puck goes to Calgary. Parker at the blue line. He'll work it left side. Gorzinski slot pass off a body and out to center. This is where Calgary misses Carter Yakimchuk out week to week with a lower body injury. And Sawyer Minio, who's come over in the trade from Seattle, yet to make his debut. We also don't see Tanner Howe. He's another power play option. Howe and Minio getting some extra time after the World Juniors. Calgary in the offensive zone. Parker, a shot blocked by Finley. Got the rebound back. Goes to Cossack. Spinning off the right circle away from Degenstein. Plays it off now. Moore. His shot off a stick. And it goes up and out of play. As Moose Jaw, Degenstein got the bleed on that one.
Yeah, Calgary's power play not all together. And it makes everyone just imagine what it's going to look like when it is all together. It could be as early as this Friday, and you think down the road, a month from now, when all those guys are used to each other and they're comfortable and the chemistry is there. Can't wait to see that. Meantime, still has some really good, talented players out here.
Indeed so. Development time for these young players that some might not normally get power play time. We'll bring a different unit out now, and Hunter Ora, one of those names, getting some power play quarterbacking time. Up the right side, Oliver Tulk will bring the puck in. Down the right wing wall, slips it back. He's got Ora at the line. Back on down to Tulk through the seam. He's got Kindle at the line. The wrist shot off the stick of Schmidt to the corner. Berg will wash it away from Tulk in a battle of 37s, and Berg wires it down the ice for Moose Jaw. Out of the net, Anders Miller hasn't been overly busy, but he's been steady, stopping 18 of 19 shots. Leaves the puck off to Ora. Center circle now to Kindle. 3 assists night. Left wing boards, Connor Vidston. Back on down to Kindle. He'll flip it in behind the net, but there's nobody there except Moose Jaw. And the defender, Landon Ward, sends it down the ice. Tips right down in on Miller. It'll be a shot on goal. Shot 20 for Moose Jaw. As Calgary works the puck to center. Kindle, 33 seconds of the power play. Seam pass across, no good. Over the bench now, Valiant along with Adazinski. They'll get some power play time. To the blue line, it's Wyatt Pasarchuk. A long shot. Hutchison save. Rebound. Valiant a spin, but it bounces on him. Couldn't shoot it. Inga's there. Adazinski as well. Neither can get the handle, and the puck is out to center ice. 15 seconds on this Hitman power play. 5.5 to go in the third period. Calgary has played oh so well in this building. They have won 8 straight. Overall, 12-2, 1-1 at Scotiabank Saddledome. And have a 4-goal lead here. They're on the power play. Dying seconds. Adazinski to Pasarchuk, and he fans on the shot. Penalty is over. Matches returns. Hitman power play 0 for 2 now. But they can't get the puck out. Moose Jaw. Parker a drive. That didn't miss the goal by much. Pasarchuk holds the rebound in. Into the corner he goes. Behind the net, it's Adazinski. He'll curl away from pressure, bring it up to the hash marks. Now sealed by Paquette and taking over is Semenuk for Moose Jaw. Squashed off the puck by Valiant. It slides ahead and a chance to get it out now. It's Matches to center ice. Worked up by Ward. Denied zone entry first time. Now it's dialed in. Miller's out of the goal. He'll set it up for Parker. 49 shots for Calgary. Had 51 the last meeting, so that's 102 games for the Hitmen against Moose Jaw. Shoot in here. Where does it go? It comes around to Cossack on the left boards, but he can't field it, and the Warriors get it out. Williams at the Calgary line. Quick up, he's got Ethan Moore trying to split the defense. Stick checked away by Ness. He finds McFadden, and up through center they come. Warriors bring it in. Here's Thorpe. Trying to go back to McFadden. It's broken up over there by LaPlante. He finds Bernie. Stutter stepping his way to center. While falling, he got the play ahead, but Cossack wants to come back for a change. Didn't pursue it, and icing is called against Calgary. 4:12 on the clock. Back for the final couple minutes here in the Saddledome. Calgary poised for a victory this evening. They're up 5-1 on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Bring your driving dreams to life. Glenmore. Its performance.
60, please.
They gave LaPlante an assist on that last goal. So it's Talk from Kindle and LaPlante.
He's got 2 points in 4 career games.
Yes.
Feels like behind the wheel of a vehicle engineered for performance and crafted for comfort. Visit Glenmore Audi today.
Any other scoring changes?
Not that I've been told.
So Talk from Kindle and Talk from Gorzinski.
GlenmoreAudi.com.
Those are the two without second assists.
Is here live with one of our superheroes.
Which goal are you looking at?
Talk's first goal, Talk Gorzinski. Talk's second goal, Talk Kindle.
I flew over to help
Yes.
them with a home
Nothing
renovation
changed.
loan.
Okay.
I suggested they
Those are the only goals in the game that don't have 2 assists on.
Yes.
I'm going to get water. I'll be back.
Yep.
See you tomorrow.
Instead,
Yep.
they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Now, back to Brad Curl and Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
They've added an assist on the 5th Calgary goal to Easton LaPlante, so it's Talk's hat-trick goal, his 20th of the year from Kindle and LaPlante. Not his first WHL point, Brad. As you remember, he played 2 games last year and had 1 assist, right?
He certainly did. So he's got points in back-to-back seasons as an affiliate player for the Calgary Hitmen. Hoping to become a full-timer next year is Easton LaPlante. Puck on the boards. Noah Cossack has it for Calgary. Up the ice here with Moore and Bernie. Gives it to Moore. Drives the middle to the right side. Bernie drop pass. Here's Williams. But it's poked away from him. He gets caught up ice. Away goes Moose Jaw. Ward outside on Aura. Aura right there, stride for stride, knocking the puck away from Landon Ward. And out at center ice, Moose Jaw has to hit the reset button. Held it his 20 shots on the road tonight. They'll chip the puck into the Calgary zone. As Carson Bernie gets punched around to the Moose Jaw bench on a line change. Warriors getting frustrated. Can't blame them as the puck is chipped by Pasarchuk up and out of play. As we went to break, a rousing ovation at the Hitman bench for Axel Hertig, who got into that scrap when Ward tried to push McCann right into the Moose Jaw bench.
Calgary's third periods have been so solid during this winning streak on home ice, which is on its way to being its 9th straight. Third period shots, 11-3. Adding 1 goal. They've done that against a lot of teams, Brad. They just shut her down in the third period. That's a complete team effort.
Medicine Hat's lead is down to 2 goals. PA mounting a comeback. 6-4 Tigers, 4 minutes to go. The Oil Kings lead Saskatoon 3-1 in the third. Scoreboard watching. Saskatoon 2 up on both Calgary and Medicine Hat for the conference lead. In comes the Hitman Pasarchuk, dragging around, got it to the net. Rebound goes to the corner. Wetch digs it out, hit the referee with it. Vidston centered, missing Pasarchuk, who is still in the slot. And Moose Jaw will turn and go the other way with it. Schmidt up the right wing side has Matches. He's jammed onto. Miraz now takes the puck. Rink wide feed, has a man It'll be scooped to the front of the net. Save made by Miller, and he grabs a rebound before the Warriors could knock it in. As Dowheniak just put it to danger.
Line combination of Vidston and Bernie and Wetch not on the score sheet, Brad, but boy, they've been solid. You need this kind of size and strength come playoff time. You need it during the last 2 months of the regular season as well. They're doing the right things. They're driving to the net. They're making the simple plays. They're getting scoring chances. Wetch had a couple of goals against Regina the other night. Tonight, it's not going their way on the score sheet.
But definitely noticeable on the ice.
Wow, are they ever.
Off the draw, the puck goes to Moose Jaw. It'll be Sherman in the right wing corner. Trying to escape the checking of Hertig. Could not. McKenzie does, and he's got it. Winds it out to the blue line. Paquette there. Back on down the half wall. Here's Pavel McKenzie. Now right circle, Berg. Back to McKenzie to the blue line. It's Ellis. The shot punched away with a blocker of Miller. Rebound of Valiant. He runs into Sherman, who cuts him off behind the net. Loose puck goes to McKenzie, left half wall. Swept it to the line. Ellis across. Here's Paquette. High slot play. Unable to shoot the puck is Berg. He's got Valiant on him. Berg to the corner. Hertig now arrives, and he'll just seal it down. The Flames prospect doing a tremendous job. Now it's dug out by Sherman, though. Warriors to the line. Paquette back over to McKenzie. Working the outside perimeter. Blue line, Ellis. Wrist shot coming off a body and wide of the Calgary goal. Paquette's got it again for Moose Jaw. He'll dance behind the net. Chased on by LaPlante. Fed the line. Here's Ellis. A low shot. Blocked out in front. Rebound. McKenzie. He fans on that shot. And the loose puck to Calgary, and Valiant with a chance to get him out of danger. Number 34 will do exactly that. The pride of Surrey, British Columbia, alleviates the pressure. Warriors back in. Sherman, right circle. McKenzie wrapped up there. Moore takes over for Calgary. Feathers behind the net. Parker can't reach it. There to go get it is Hughes. He's fresh for the Warriors. Left it at the line. Ziprick trying to dance by a check. Played it to himself. Ziprick outside on Parker. Couldn't shoot the puck with a minute and a half to go. Warriors down by a score of 5-1, but you never know it. They're very aggressive here in the final 2 minutes. Had Calgary pinned in, and now Hitmen get the puck out. Ziprick taking over again for Moose Jaw in their own zone. D to D. They'll work it around the outside. Ness quickly to center. Pass intercepted by Moore. Skates it in for the Hitmen. Up the right side. Ethan Moore. Long shot. And a save made by Hutchison. The rebound on the left wing boards. Looking forward to the Warriors. Thorpe. Williams will pinch to keep it in into the final 60 seconds now. Ing for Calgary. Long shot. Turned up by Hutchison and out of play.
Well, the Moose Jaw Warriors on their way to maybe missing the playoffs this year, Brad. They don't have their first-round pick. That belongs to Edmonton in the Kovacevic Port deal a couple of years ago. And Edmonton actually has Seattle's first pick this year. And both Seattle and Moose Jaw looks like they're going to miss the playoffs. Boy, Edmonton's got a couple of top 6 picks in the upcoming WHL draft.
And they haven't spent anything in
No,
the
they
deadline
haven't.
so far.
Those are ones you don't want to give up, I think. When they're top 6, you might win the lottery. There's a kid out of Regina that's expected to be the first overall pick.
Draw goes to Calgary. Or a shot deflected wide of the net as Valiant goes forechecking into the corner against the Warrior defense. Now Heniak plays it up, not out. LaPlante to the line. Wrist shot, glove save made by Hutchison. He'll hold on to it. Just want to trace it back. You talk about that line tonight. Vidston, Wetch, and Bernie, who have not been on the score sheet. What have they done in this hockey game? Carson Bernie for Calgary has a team leading 9 shots on goal.
Wow.
9. Carson Wetch in this hockey game, 6 shots on goal. And Connor Vidston has 1. So 16 shots as a line for that trio.
Going into the game, Wetch leads the Hitmen in shots per game. He was at 134. Now he's at, 140?
Bernie's going to catch him at this rate. Here comes Valiant at center ice. Into the Moose Jaw zone. Up the right wing he goes. He's tied up. Pisarchuk threw it on, and Hutchison made the save. Warriors try and skate it away. Ward nearly fell over, and he's going to go to the bench. He had one hand on his stick, and then he was tired, and the puck goes to the Calgary line. Gorzinski will play it up ahead. He's got Pisarchuk. Now to Gorzinski. Center circle into the final 6 seconds. Warriors with a steal. McFadden attacking. Long shot up on the glass, but this game is over. Sweet victory for the Calgary Hitmen. Home sweet dome. 9 straight in this building. The latest, a 5-1 win over the Moose Jaw Warriors.
Oliver Tulk with the hat trick, Ben Kindle with 3 assists, but it was guys like Adazinski who gets the eventual game winner, and you can go through this lineup. Hertig with a goal, and solid play from top to bottom in this game, suffocating Moose Jaw for the most part, taking care of business against a couple of teams this last couple days who were on their way to missing the playoffs. They win by a score of 5-1 here today at the Saddledome.
Stick salute to the crowd. As the Calgary Hitmen gathered around Anders Miller. Miller has been so good in this recent run for Calgary. I know Daniel Hauser has come in and presumably taken the #1 job as a 20-year-old, but how about this? Anders Miller has now won 4 starts in a row. His goals against average was 2. His save percentage was .929 coming into tonight, but he stopped 23 of 24 and only gave up 1. So those sterling numbers will get even better. What a tandem they seemingly have in the net with Hauser and Miller, not to mention Eric too still on the roster at this point. So the crease taken care of tonight in a 5-1 win.
Yeah, Miller hasn't played enough minutes to be registered in the top goals against category in the league stats, but right now he would have the second best goals against average. Hauser is 13th overall with his time with Wenatchee and now Calgary.
Yeah, Miller's goals against average improves from 2.59 to 2.47 with his work today, and his save percentage goes from .902 to .905. As we await the 3 stars, presumably all wearing 30th anniversary Calgary Hitmen jerseys in this dominant performance this evening. 104 shots, 14 goals against Moose Jaw in 2 games.
That's right. 14-1, they've outscored them?
Have won, yes.
Wow.
It's good to get the 3 stars.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here are tonight's 3 stars. The 3rd star tonight from your Calgary Hitmen, number 6, Axel Hurtig.
Back from the World Juniors, representing Team Sweden, had a goal and a fight in this contest today. Just so solid defensively. He makes it look easy. His long-reaching stick, his position, and a fan favorite and a team favorite.
+2 tonight.
Yeah. Also from your Calgary Hitmen, the new record setter, number 11, Ben Kindle.
3 assists in the game, now points in 21 straight games, the longest in Calgary Hitmen history. He had a tie with Pavel Brendel. He has surpassed him. During that streak, he has 42 points in those 21 games. That's exactly 2 points a game.
+4 for Kindle tonight.
And your first start tonight, also from your Calgary Hitmen, number 37, Oliver Tulk.
3rd hat trick by a Calgary player this year. He's got points in 18 straight, 40 points during that stretch. And got the hat trick. He's up to 20 goals on the year.
Tulk also +4, 11 of 9 on faceoffs. He's ice level. And unfortunately, we do not have that conversation. Normally, it is money in the bank, but that microphone feed up downstairs is unfortunately unavailable for us tonight. But Oliver Tulk and the Calgary Hitmen, a statement win on home ice in a game that can scare you when you get a non-playoff team coming in. Are you going to take them seriously? Are you going to compete with every shift? And Calgary certainly did tonight as we bring in the host of Hitmen Hockey, Azam Ali Nanji.
Yeah, and especially this one, it's also a trap game for the Moose Jaw Warriors. You're at the end of your road trip. You want to go home. It's been a long road trip for them. They want to get home to get their 5-game homestand rolling, but good on the Hitmen. They bended, but they didn't break, especially after giving up the tying goal to make it 1-1. They didn't sit back, and they got that lead right back and never trailed after that. Didn't look back, and it was a, I'd say, perfect finish to the end. It made life easy for Anders Miller and net too.
But now there's a 3-way tie for the penthouse in the Eastern Conference. Saskatoon loses tonight. Calgary and Medicine Hat both win. So that's a quick eye on your out-of-town scores. Post-game show hosted by Azam Ali Nanji is up next. Azam, what do you have for us?
So we'll go through the scoring summary as well to see how everything happened in this one. We'll bring in you guys as well to get your thoughts on this game. Then we'll also check in for the save of the game as well. And then this time, Jeff Hollick. No, Jeff Hollick gets to pick.
Awesome.
All those in favor of Azam picking the 3 stars tonight?
Unfortunately, as
and
you guys
the hardest worker and driving the Zamboni and cleaning the bleachers.
As far as you guys have honored me with the captain of this broadcast, you guys, I overrule and use my veto power. So Jeff Hollick will be choosing the hardest working Hitman.
Azam's mic just disappears into the night. We'll take a break.
No, but when you're the captain, all he gets to do is choose the music in the dressing room. That's his only job.